You don't need a killer, pregnant for me. Ooh, I don't need no fairy tale.
So before game today, James and Dungeon and I met up to do some side scene work so that Pepper and Kosher didn't have to spend the entire session sitting around not doing anything.
Thank you.
Yes. The two of you, stayed up for a little bit just because it's the middle of the day and that's your natural sleep cycle. But given the sorry state you were in, you nap regularly throughout this day and fall asleep to your full sleep cycle very early. You'll sleep a good 12 hours tonight. I need both Rezik and Genra to roll disadvantaged perception. Of course.
Wow.
As always.
And
Maybe Rezik as well. Wow. Alright, so Genra, you wake up twice during your 12-hour sleep cycle. Once you think you hear you kind of half wake up, open up just one eye, and it looks like there's maybe a maid or something. You don't look like you're in the same bedroom you were in last time. And the bed feels softer. But it's probably nothing. You fall asleep. Then
They were awake for changing the rooms.
Yeah, but were they lucid?
She walked to the stairs, or they walked to the stairs, and then I carried each of them up the stairs.
Plenty of times in my life, I have been awake and not been awake.
Yeah.
Agreed. Especially when you're
probably pretty hazy.
Yeah. So, but this is not that time. That's a different time. So you wake up, someone's in the room, it looks like a maid, you fall back asleep. You wake up again, and Rezik, you also wake up during the second of Genra's awakening sequences. And it looks, and both your eyes kind of crack open, and you look over, and it looks like Ugla and Lycus are, very tiredly kind of rolling into the room and falling into either the floor or a bed. You both notice right before falling back off to sleep that Lycus's right hand looks weird, but it was probably the dream. You're fine. It's whatever. You fall asleep. Everyone wakes up in the morning feeling well rested and fully recovered. So fully recovered, in fact, that all of your constitution points have returned.
Yay.
Excellent.
Ugla and Lycus, when you guys came in last night, you saw two small medicine bottles, one next to each bed, and they were empty. Lycus, in your extreme exhaustion state, you filed that away as a thing you plan to look at later, but we're too tired for right now. Passed out. Ugla, definitely medicine bottles, but not your area of expertise.
Did somebody bring y'all some medicine?
All three of them are asleep. This was still the night when you walked in and noticed that before sleeping.
I say, noticing they're all asleep. Huh. Guess I'll ask them in the morning.
There you go.
And then
All right.
curl up on the floor and go to sleep.
Everybody wakes up feeling well rested. Rezik and Genra, you feel fantastic compared to yesterday, which was just the worst you've ever felt in your life. If you feel hale and hearty, by comparison, you feel stronger than ever when really you're just back to full form. Everyone comes to wakefulness at the smell of freshly roasted tomatoes and potatoes coming from downstairs.
That smells delightful. What happened? I feel like I've come out of a dream state or something. I don't even know what to call it. Where are we?
I paid for a nice little room as Lycus is shuffling his entire arm under a blanket.
He sits up, awkwardly favoring one arm, and he goes to raise his dominant hand, like, I've paid for another room.
I can't tell. It's something off. Something's. I can't put a finger on it, but.
Could you put a hand on it?
So what exactly happened to your hand, Douglas?
Oh, I don't know.
That
What
shit
happened to
focus.
your hand, Lycus?
What are you two talking about?
Oh, we both got our hands messed up last night.
By what?
What? How?
So,
Do tell.
with you guys out of commission from, day 2 of the poisoning, also, did somebody bring y'all medicine?
What?
You look at the side table, and there are, in fact, 2 empty medicine vials next to each bed.
I guess so.
I
Good
didn't
service,
even know
sir.
you were poisoned.
If you
Y'all were very poisoned. You almost died.
as you're coming to, like, re-entering your fully conscious states, both Genra and Rezik will notice a very slight pain at the elbow joint of one of their arms.
Ah, yes, something has definitely changed in my body. I suppose somebody did drop us off medicine if that's what happened. That's what that looks like, at least. I hope it's medicine. I have no idea.
Do you feel okay?
I feel fine, mostly, except for my arm, but it's just pain, I assume, from whatever people did to try to save us. I don't know.
I feel like a whole platinum. Other than my arm, I feel great.
I feel like a bag of platinum. I like that.
Instead of
Well-
$1 million.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
You know, the last thing I do remember was that little cauldron with that strange note or something.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, it was a cauldron of poison.
But why? From who?
From some people who think I'm related to some sort of prophecy, and then were accusing me of being a pretender, and I don't understand anything of what's going on.
Yes.
Ready?
I do remember that. That was
Yeah.
very weird. The pretender part. But you're part of some prophecy? I don't
I have
understand.
no idea. Briefly, there was a brief mention of something about a temple in the north. I stayed up most of the night and tried to neutralize the poison, but it seems like somebody came back on by to finish helping you to recover.
Yeah, we got to get better security where we sleep next time.
Strange. Well, I mean, were you two in the room when they came to give us whatever that is?
Nope. Those were empty when we got in last night.
Where were you going? Where were you while
We were out all day yesterday while y'all were drifting in and out of consciousness. Figure y'all didn't want us hovering.
Did you take care of, was it Pilum or Morty? Did you find either of them? Aren't you on the run? Ugla?
And he takes off his gloves. Hey, look, other hands like this now.
What does it look like?
Like what?
Pitch black, like the 2 fingers on the other hand.
He had the 2 darkened fingers. Now he's got his non-dominant hand is fully darkened.
Is that something you did or something that it did?
So the Keepers of the Fire. Yeah, I went back to see them with the torch. And, it turns out that Pilum is a famous, extravagant wizard guy here. Yeah. But yeah, I went back to the Keepers of the Fire. The torch actually heated up in the direction of them, right? So clearly their torch. They said, present the torch. They said, put your hand in the fire. And I'm like, probably not going to burn me if they're asking me to do it. I did it. Now my hand's all black. But yeah, this is definitely something related to what Pontus sent us out to do. So I don't really know what it all means, and it's a little creepy and disconcerting. But feel like we have to
Have to what?
keep on going with this mission to get things back the way they were. It's got to have
Well, they
something to do with this torch. And oh, they also said that there has to be a torch bearer or the whole world falls apart. So yeah, nope. I mean, I don't really feel like I have to do anything, but maybe just like accepting that black hand, maybe that makes things okay.
did they say they knew who Pontus was or anything that we could use? Did they say they're
No.
going to help
In
us?
fact, they snapped their fingers and poofed me out of there before they'd answer any questions, of course.
Of course. Well, I guess that's better than it could have been, but it's still a little strange.
So I kind of want to talk to Pilum, but at the same time, Pontus told us to seek out Lily. Kind of feel like, he would have said Lily or Pilum, and then it turned out that Roland in their group was a fucking corrupted, crazy guy. So maybe their whole group isn't dependable. I don't know.
You might be onto something, but I mean, Lily is certainly gone by now. It seemed like she
Yeah,
wouldn't
probably.
be returning.
She's super capable, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, maybe it's just he loved her.
Very true. Didn't he have some sort of relation with her at some point?
Yeah. And maybe he had one with Pilum before that. You never know, right?
You don't ever know.
You don't ever know. But maybe that's why he
Pontus
sent
was
us
a
to
very
her and not.
jovial guy.
Pontus is our lovely, maybe pansexual, because we don't know.
Maybe.
Cross species. Who knows?
Yeah.
That
He's
Pontus
our
always
pansexual queen.
getting into something new.
I mean, you're not a bard if you aren't fucking everything that moves.
Right.
True. Well, that's interesting to know, I guess. What are we going to do now? Are we going to...
I'm gonna wear gloves all the time.
That seems...
Did you get any gloves while you were out, or did
Oh,
we got
yeah.
to do it?
Got these cheapo leather ones. Should be fine.
Well,
Oh, I need to
suppose
get a
that's
pair of
fine.
those.
Yes. All right, well, I guess since
Oh wait,
Razak and I are okay, what?
Lycus, what's your hand gonna look like? What'd they do to it? Did they give you?
Wait, why did they do
Did
something
they give
to
you
your
automaton
hand?
fingers?
Shifted
Damn it! I
focus.
thought I was going to get away with this.
Lycus?
for a very
What-
brief
wait.
period of time.
Why
What
is
happened to your-
Lycus's hand involved? I'm confused.
Oh, so we went and
He
did my
pulls his
thing,
hand
and
out
then
of
we
the
went and did
cloth
his
and
thing.
looks at it, and Randy, what does it look?
Oh, goody. Well, no, it's still bandaged. So Ugla says, "Well, we did my thing, then we went and did his thing." Lycus pulls his hand that he was hiding beneath the bed sheets out, and it's like super bandaged, like wrist, the full hand, a big like orb of band-aids. You gonna unravel them and release your hand?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah, we went to the Alchemist Guild. He disappeared for like an hour, and then he got pushed out of there unconscious and in pain. So I'm pretty curious what happened to your hand.
It was not the Alchemist Guild.
I said both of the facts of that story are wrong. It was not
Oh.
the Alchemist Guild, and it was way more than an hour.
Wow. Only felt like an hour because I was asleep.
Right.
And I think it had something to do with alchemy.
Definitely alchemy. Time passed. Both of those things. Lycus begins to gingerly unwrap his right paw. Lycus, it's tender. You can feel like it was essentially fully like rigidly immobilized with the heavy, wrapping. And as you begin to unwrap it and the loosens a little, the feeling, I guess, of like the pressure releasing from your hand starts to hurt a little. It's definitely the skin is very tender. You unravel and unravel and unravel, and it's a while. There's a lot of bandages on there. But eventually you expose like a part of your wrist, the back of a hand, a piece of a finger, and you go and you go and you go, and your paw is for one unfurred. For those of you, the other three of you are bird folk, so his paw should be covered in a reddish brown fur, but it has been shaved or something. So of course,
Pink.
Lycus, you know that it was alchemically removed.
Yes.
And it looks like I know what I want it to look like, but I don't know what the words are to search it. It's like yeah, that's gonna get it. Okay, cool.
Do you have a picture?
I do. I will shortly.
Okay.
Let's find a good egg sample. Yeah, that looks cool. Let's do that.
I just heard you say egg sample.
Yeah, egg
Indeed.
sample. Let's find a sample of eggs. Duh. Now, of course, it's in paw form, but it looks essentially like
got
this. You are heavily tattooed on the outer skin with intricate lines, shapes, and figures.
Lycus went to an Indian wedding.
Yes.
Now, in this case, it's not in Indian stylings. It's a lot more like alchemical symbols. There are a lot more angles and less like soft curves. And but it doesn't really stop there. You can tell, like, the longer you look at it, there's it's not just this upper layer of skin like a standard tattoo ought to be. It looks like the skin of his hand, because like you can see it's shaved a little below the wrist, so like it's shaved from here to fingertip, but maybe it's only tattooed from here up. So like there's this like bleach white skin because it's been fur all this time, so there's no reason for it to be tan. This is like bleach white skin here, and then the skin rapidly darkens and is tattooed. Looking closely, Lycus, you can see the veins that stand out on the top and bottom of your paw are thicker looking than they ought to be. They outline darkly beneath your skin, and they stand out a little too prominent. Then you have a flashback of the scene. Roll I don't know. Let's say wisdom save. Lycus passes out again. Like you see him examining his hand closely, and then he kind of sways just once, like, and then just falls back into bed.
James always finds a way into PTSD, no matter what game it is. I think his character should just have it before the game starts next time.
It would save me a lot of plot points.
Oh goodness. Oh, well, there goes Lycus. I guess trauma. I don't know.
I guess the hand thing is pretty painful.
Yes, I suppose that's why it was bandaged so well.
And do we have
Maybe.
a jug of water in here?
I think we
Did
should
you not-
probably leave it be.
Did he tell you what happened, or?
No. He was in a lot of
Definitely
pain,
looks weird.
and I healed him a bit, and then we hobbled home and fell asleep. He went in alone. I don't know what happened in there. Clearly
So-
something to do with his hand.
He went in alone, comes back out, passed out, and has a tattoo.
His hand is wrapped. It looks like, yeah, there's tattoos on his hand now.
Wild night.
Yeah, I wonder if I got any tattoos.
He's just spreading the land.
Where did we say this was again?
The warning at all.
Where did you say it was?
No.
Douglas certainly doesn't know.
This character.
Eliza's Tattoo Emporium, I
That's
guess.
the one.
I thought it was an alchemy thing, but maybe not.
Well,
Rezik, or Lycus, you come back around 15, 20 seconds later. It was really just like a bad memory created a heat flash, and you overwhelmed yourself, but you cool off rapidly and come back round.
Oh.
Are you
I
okay?
have never seen somebody tattoo the outsides of veins before. That
Ew.
was an experience.
Can you feel it?
You can.
I can feel, yeah, I can feel that weird little pulsing vibration through my hand. It's really strange.
Is it magic? Try like pointing your fingers and saying alchemy words. See if things come out.
Could be worse.
Air, earth, fire, water. Ah!
Mhm.
Heart.
Wind.
By our powers combined, I am Captain Planet.
Captain Lycus.
Ferric sulfide?
Huh.
Nothing happens.
And it was worth a shot.
You know, if I had
Well, that sounds helpful. I suppose in some way. I hope. Do
Oh, I get an
have-
idea. Can I touch it?
Oh,
No.
I'll touch it with my black hand.
Please don't.
Should be fine.
No, please don't.
Call it your strong hand now.
Mm.
I'm gonna go take a look at this medicine over here, and I'm gonna please.
Hey, I mean, unless you say I can, I won't. I'm very respectful like that.
I appreciate that. Thank
Plus, it might blow up or something. You never know.
you. He just freezes in place for a second, looks at his hand, stares.
Don't blow up.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
you
I
dare.
mean, you got a fire finger. I got a fire hand. You never
Falls
know what's
over.
gonna happen.
He explodes.
wow.
All right, Lycus, you go and inspect the medicine. You said, Lycus.
Yeah, that was the alchemist tool check earlier.
Ah, gotcha. It looks. I mean, it's an unlabeled, like small glass jar. The only reason it looks like medicine is because medicine happens to come in these jars most commonly. So as far as looking at it, like it's not labeled, so it doesn't look like anything at first. You open the top, go to give it a sniff, and it's your dominant hand. So as unconscious efforts go, you pick it up with your dominant hand, and you pull out, and then you swap to the other, and you grab the top with your dominant hand, and you are instantly aware of the contents of the medicine vial.
What?
This is you feel as though you naturally understand the components of whatever liquid was inside.
That's legit.
I need you to make Constitution save.
Okay.
Your heart rate rises very rapidly. Given your recent bout of fainting, your body temperature rises, peaks pretty quickly. You pass out again.
Is he close enough for me to catch him?
He's still on the bed. It's on a bedside table. So you just
okay.
back into the bed.
Okay.
Well, this is going to be a long day.
You wake up just
Yeah.
moments later, and you still have that knowledge, like you know what was inside.
Right.
and-
Before he wakes up.
Yes.
Oh god.
Before he wakes up, can I identify which of his fingers is fire?
Roll Arcana.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, you happen to remember the alchemical signal for fire.
Oh, you
Oh.
like touch
Oh.
it?
Lycus, are you okay? Are you okay? Takes
Lycus,
one of the
you-
burnt fingers and pokes that specific fire finger just to see if anything will happen.
Nothing happens.
Ugla giggles to himself, clearly the only one knowing what just happened.
Right,
Guys, I think
obviously.
he's out.
Like as you come back around, you retain the knowledge, you know what was inside, and doing some quick alchemical maths, you can pretty much piece together why your heart rate just rose and your body temperature spiked. Those would be several of the side effects of the medicine.
Wow. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm going to write this down very quickly. And he's going to
Right.
You know,
what
you know
down?
what the medicine was? Or?
He pulls out a journal and starts writing down the formula.
Okay. You now have the formula for concentrated vitality.
So what was that medicine? Is it helpful?
Sort of. It's when you feel you're charging forward, like after you've gotten good night's rest, you've eaten a hearty meal, you get up the next morning, you work hard. It's kind of that work hard distilled down into just a tincture.
Wow. And it says that on the label?
What label?
You learned all that from smelling it?
There's no label, but how did I?
I don't know.
How do you know this?
5 minutes ago, you didn't know that. You picked up that bottle, you passed out, and now you know it.
I found your bra.
I found your bra.
You found your bra kosher?
I'm so curious now. Please tell Amber that we'd love to know.
She said brother, but I cut it out at bra, I guess.
Wait,
Found your
brother?
bra.
The fuck's a brother?
It's her
Like a late.
silly ass way of saying brother.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something. Oh, yes, your brother. Oh, yes, your male sibling that wears bras. Your brother.
No, it's short for a brothering iron.
Oh, yes,
It's your
the brother and iron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so 5 minutes ago, you don't know what that is. You go to take a look at it, pick it up, open it, pass out, and now you know everything it does. Did it come to you in a dream while you were passed out?
It hit me before that. It was like
Wow.
just touching a thing.
So what made you pass out? Are you okay?
Oh,
It's the second time that's happened.
That was the pain from last night. Anyway, no, I'm what caused me to stumble was the vitality. I seem to have gotten a little contamination on me.
So it made you feel really good?
In a way.
Well.
And then you left?
Maybe in the other bottle, if there's anything outstanding. I doubt it's. Oh, let me see. Let me see your elbow.
Whose elbow?
Elbow?
Elbow. Yes, that.
Elbow.
Oh no, I did it
What?
again.
Why are we looking at elbows?
I put my elbow towards them.
I kind of feel like your elbow is one of your least seen body parts. So every now and then you just got to get them out
Gotta
there.
take a check, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're still there. Still elbowing.
Elbow check.
Like,
Got
what
it.
are you trying to learn here?
Trying to see if he can recognize what happened with their. They said they both mentioned it was sore.
Oh, you want to look
and
at
they're both feeling
their
better.
elbows.
That's what I was wondering.
I see.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, if you dig around through the feathers, you spot the telltale mark of a syringe.
Okay.
They were injected with heroin.
Yes.
Oh.
Wow, now we're junkies. Crazy.
Yeah,
Sweet. It sounds like we had a party like Lycus did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna need a glove. I think.
I know
Yes,
a place.
but you need gloves I see all around.
Hmm.
Oh my God. Oh my Altus. What if we just all wore like coordinated gloves? Then
We're
it
not
wouldn't look
go-
strange that,
No.
a couple of us are wearing gloves. We'd just be
That would
a
look
gloved
weirder.
group.
That would definitely look
Yeah,
more
I mean-
strange.
People would know
Well,
we were
if you are-
together.
The glove
game.
gang.
Yeah.
Well, no, we put
No,
like a
let's
symbol on
wear
it.
uniforms.
Yeah, uniforms. I like it.
I'm going to pass on the gloves.
I wear gloves, but I'm not wearing no like maid outfit. I'm not into that, guys.
That's it. We could all wear
Because it-
maid
not like-
outfits.
anything
and
about
we
a
could get, like,
maid
a
outfit.
Big poofy feather, like a peacock feather out the top of our heads for half.
You know what?
Yeah, I
That
think
is
that's it.
somebody's feather, and I wish you would not have said it like that because it makes me uncomfortable thinking about picking out feathers from some random peacock.
They fall out on their own.
Yes, but those are theirs.
I mean, don't you have just feathers
Private
on like the bathroom
treasures.
floor at home? Not really using them.
Maybe they are.
Actually, at
They
your
put them
house,
back
the
in.
floors were covered in your family's feathers. They were very soft.
Yeah, and those are ours, okay?
Yeah, I didn't
our
take
house.
any.
Yes, I suppose you could do that. Sure, whatever you want. I don't know.
Oh yeah, but I was joking. I don't think we should wear matching outfits. Because that way we can
I
still
think
be
that's a
like,
good idea.
wait, I don't know who that is, and like, if we get in trouble, not all be so connected.
I personally don't care what you two do, but I think we should get a move on and try to get out of this town before something else strange happens because we've had terrible luck so far, so
It kind of sounds like a vote for uniforms.
I don't really care.
I vote we all get tattoos like Lycus.
Lycus, do you think we
I
could
am
get
not
those?
getting a tattoo.
Hmm.
You think it would work on my hand?
Yeah, you just get a different color ink.
I could get white ink. Yeah, that's true.
Why don't we?
I think we should still go seek out Pylum. I've been
Yes.
thinking about it a
I
lot back and
agree.
forth, but Lily said, we should check him out. So, if she said he was all right, maybe he's all right. Just
Pontus
extra
sent us to Lily, so
yeah, so maybe we'll just be extra guarded. We're trying to learn about corrupted tinders, right?
where's that
So
noise from?
maybe if we could just focus on that, and not on other stuff.
I love this Max. I feel like I'm here. Yes, I do agree. I think, given what we know, and it's not very much to go off of, but it's all we have, and I think we should seek it out and try to seek out any clues that we can grasp, but I'm not sure really what help it's going to be. Obviously, there's multiple things going on with this entire situation with the keepers, and who knows who else is involved. I wish they'd given us some sort of information on why they know Pontus, because obviously they are part of this, and now I do wonder if they are part of what we saw that one time.
They were adventuring bros.
What
and
I
we
saw.
know that Roland is all messed up and corrupted, but I wouldn't think that the other ones are, if Pontus and Lily. But you never know. So yeah, we can seek out the tenders here and see if they're in cahoots with all the weird Bernie corruption stuff. Or we can seek out Pylum, who's clearly a man of power and means and connection and knows people that we know.
And might
Hopefully he
know
does.
the people that we're looking to know.
Yeah, I vote Pylum.
All right, well, let's go find Pylum, but how do we find him?
Oh man, so I was talking to the night tender the other night when y'all got poisoned and almost died, and really helpful guy. Got a doctor and everything. Really nice dude. But I mentioned, do you by chance know Pylum? It's a big town, but maybe, right? And he says, Pylum the Magnificent? Well, of course, everyone knows him. Said he has a
Excellent.
place over near the guilds.
Well, that's
You can't miss
let's
it.
go. Why are we waiting here? We might as well get out of there and try and seek out Pylum the Magnificent, who will probably shrug us off like we're peasants. But
Maybe, or maybe if we say we know Pontus, he'll be like, "Oh shit, these people are from another whole nother time period. I should talk to him."
perhaps
maybe
we
we
should
just
mention
Lily?
Pontus.
I
Yes,
think
Not
this might be a
Pontus?
giveaway too.
Lily and not Pontus. I agree. I feel like Pontus is too. I don't know. He's
Too deep in the mystery.
yes, something like that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, we'll try the Lily route first, and if it doesn't get anywhere, we'll try Pontus.
sounds good. Let's.
Maybe we
Let's
just
go.
yell code words at him until he starts telling us stories.
And what code words do you have?
I think I know Torch. I know Pontus. I know.
Sassafras.
Oh my God, we could talk about his brother
And
Sassafras.
pineapple. Definitely pineapple.
Hmm.
What about the other guy that was part of their group that went mad? The druid.
Roland?
Roland.
Yeah, that's true.
Roland.
We could. Oh, that got Lily going in a hurry. Just mentioning Roland was corrupted, so yeah, maybe a little bit of that too. Hey, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Tell him we know Lily and Roland, and be like, by the way, Roland's fire corrupted. And if he's just like, oh, good, then we'll know we can't trust him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'll study his face real
good,
hard.
you say.
All right. Well, we should. I think we should be prepared to deal with a bit of. I'm not going to say problems with him, but he does sound like a very prestigious
Yeah,
figure. So I'm a little bit concerned that it might be hard to get to him, or
oh yeah, hoity-toity wizard. Yeah, definitely.
yes. So we should
Well, I'm
stand
all
firm.
hoity-toity and part of a prophecy, so I need to talk to him.
That's true. You are.
Yeah, just show
part
him
of a
your scar
prophecy.
and your special hand. We should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, let me go
Smack
get a
it with your
glove.
hand. Look at my hand. I'm special.
Look at my hand.
Look
My
at
hand
it.
is amazing.
Cool. Yeah, let's go buy some more gloves, and then we'll head over to Pylam's palace place.
Island's pleasure
My
palace.
hand grabs knowledge, all is seizing.
All right. So what is the official plan? What are you doing right now?
Gloves and then Pylam.
Gloves. All right. Where are
Well,
you gonna...
breakfast.
Oh, breakfast. Okay.
We'll grab
That
it.
smells
together.
real good.
Okay.
Breakfast gloves.
I need to grab a drink real quick, baby.
That sounds like a good opportunity for everyone to grab a drink or go to the bathroom. Be back in some number of
Okay.
minutes.
Some number of minutes. I like it. Well, I ruined that box, so I ruined a box that holds the Pepsis. So now after this stream, I gotta organize them all so they're not in the box.
Don't get off the couch. This is for dogs. Not a dog, really. Yeah. How are you doing?
Okay, sorry. I was getting a little too excited. My voice is getting a little raspy.
Oh my god, the coronavirus.
Yes.
Oh, doggo.
Oh, music controls. Is that what I'm seeing on the stream over here?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Ooh. I feel like I'm walking through a town, a crowded market.
Doggo. I see him. I seen him. Oh, there's Jeffrey. Jeffrey! I know you can't hear me.
Belgian beers, man. Oh.
Jeffrey!
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Your dog wakes up, yes?
I told him. I
Is she
yelled it.
named
Alright, good,
Jeffrey?
So I feel bad. While I was up and about, I stepped on my dog's tail without realizing it,
Aww.
and he nipped
Well,
at
I'm
me.
sure you
Aw. I
realized
feel
real
bad.
fast.
Wow.
Well, he didn't. Well, he didn't make any noise. He didn't yelp or anything. He was just like, "Bye," and he put his mouth on me. I was like, "Oh, I'll do my bad."
Hmm. He gets extra treats later.
Extra
He
treat.
gets an extra cracker. Come here.
An extra cheese it.
Yes, one extra tease it.
Son of a bitch. He's like, step on me all you want. I'll take 5 more, please.
Mm.
Wow,
I
I
like the
really
little
feel like I'm in
horns
a
going.
market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some hoofs.
So you guys,
Some servants walking by.
you head up to the Canopy Market to purchase gloves. Canopy Market is a very affluent, style of marketplace. The clothes, the wares, everything sold here is pretty high quality as a baseline. Of course, that means it's kind of pricey as a baseline, but it lasts. It looks nice. If it has a function, it serves its function very well. If you're looking for magical goods or odds and ends or other nonsense, you can find it all here. You were here for gloves. Are you here for mundane gloves, costume gloves, ballroom gloves, magical gloves? What are you looking for?
Mundane.
Okay, that still leaves 4 of the 5 categories.
Ballroom.
Ballroom.
I got these old gloves.
Well,
They
okay,
seem to be
fine.
getting
I've
me
got the
along
ballroom
well.
set and a traveling.
Oh, okay. So first you head to a kind of a high fashion boutique shop of some sort. Looks like they sell a lot of mostly bird folk targeted, kind of like dinner or party kind of attire. And then there's a small subsection within the shop that has like high fashion, like actual ballroom gowns and accessories and whatnots. You walk in-
Rezik, your dream.
I mean, you did suggest it, Rezik.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to be a professional dancer.
Is that true, Rezik?
Mm-hmm.
No, I just wanted some fancy gloves. I wanted to get us all some so we could all wear them.
I think you're just being bashful and you're not opening up to us.
Maybe we all want to be professional dancers deep down.
So you walk inside, and a pair of like older, probably women, but you're not sure. They're at that age where they're just kind of an amorphous blob. They're definitely bird folk of some shape, but the feathers are gray. The beaks are of a short nature, so that limits the race's options at least. But as far as the silhouette goes, they're just a curved orb, or like oblong shape in the room. Their facial features, aside from the short beak, are pretty nebulous within thick, and then like on the facial features, but like even like outstuck gray feathers, so they kind of cover most of the face. It's kind of like when an old man has when his face is mostly beard, So they
Yeah.
So there are 2 what you suspect are bird folk women standing behind a counter. Now that's what they look like without their extremely fancy clothes. So this is like old debutantes. Beneath their extremely fancy clothes, amorphous blob bird folk women. But the one at the counter is wearing this extravagant hot pink getup with a big ass hat. She's got like diamond encrusted jewels on her taloned toes. And then the other wears this like extremely poofy chiffon purple. It is all sorts of everywhere. You can tell it's probably supposed to be extremely fashionable, but you guys have lived in functional clothing for most of your life, so probably only Rezik really has any interaction with high fashion. The one in the purple chiffon kind of scuttles over. You can tell that somewhere down around her knees there's a very tight hoop skirt. And so she scuttles over. Good evening. Good morning. Darling, we forget what time it is these days.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. What a lovely day.
How can I help you?
I'm actually looking for some gloves that are thin leather. That would be a little more extravagant side.
Well, what's
Wait a
the
minute.
occasion,
Hold on.
darling?
Would they have leather?
Of course.
I mean, there's no cow people.
What's
Rare white lizard skin leather. Now, darling, you don't need to tell me
Good
what
thing.
you don't have to say what you're looking for. I need to know what the occasion is.
What is the occasion, Rezik?
Oh, Rezig, tell them about your debutante's ball.
Oh dear, are you coming out? Is this a debut?
Well,
Out on the
Mate.
town.
yeah. Well, yes, it is.
How marvelous! Please come this way. She leads you off,
Follow.
not into the full like ballroom side chamber, but the racks closest to it. Like, you know, the store kind of shifts into higher cost and higher society as it goes towards that room.
I'm loving you explaining this
I
in that
know.
voice.
And so she leads you over there, and there's a long rack of not gloves but materials. And she goes, "Now these are leathers. Now, would you say that your debut has a theme, a color scheme, a picturesque appeal?"
Rezik?
Think of like a fiery glow.
Oh,
And-
ooh, yes, dangerous. Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm thinking we could either go with a white glove with red and orange accents, and I think perhaps a fiery jewel, a ruby of some sort, or if we want to be truly magnificent, we could go with actual flaming gloves. There is a special alchemical mixture, you see, that can coat leathers without damaging the skin underneath, and for a short time, perhaps for half an hour or so, they will burn without heat.
Resic is baffled by this. And turning, he's like, I think I've walked into the wrong place, looking for the wrong
No.
thing.
This is not the wrong place. You see, there's a certain airy element to his ball that's going on. He's very struck by the way fire dances in the wind and how it causes sparks to fly up like the little bits.
Yes, I'm having an idea.
is
I'm having an
joined the
idea.
sky.
Beatrice, come, fetch the cape. You know the one, the cape. Yes.
Beatrice. The cape.
Beatrice scuttles off into a back room and comes out with a folded cape that looks like it's made of either extremely well crafted or we lost Dungeon, or extremely well preserved raven feathers, or in this universe corvum feathers. They're obviously long, full-length wing feathers, and they seem to have either been treated or maybe they are perhaps unique, as they have a shimmering quality to them. And there's an entire cloak made of these. He says, "With these and those flaming gloves I mentioned earlier, I think you might just be the star of anyone's debut."
That is quite
But can I use
what's the word?
That is a
Flamboyant?
very- This sounds utterly fantastic.
Flamboyant.
Please continue.
I'm absolutely loving it right now.
You could
Really?
put on a show.
I mean, you could pull it off.
Now, I
If
must
you-
warn you, this cape is exceptionally rare. It is, in fact, even magical. And as such, it is costly. However, for someone with aspiring tastes such as yours, I suspect it's money well spent.
How much is it, dare we ask?
Well, if you have to ask, you never know.
Well, yeah.
I was like, let's see how it appears. Let's see how it looks on him, and I can discuss pricing with you after. We see if it's something he does.
Oh, of course, of course.
Are you going to try it on, Rezik?
Absolutely, I want to try this thing on.
Okay. So you're putting on? Are you going with the simpler, still very fancy gloves, or the fire gloves?
The fire gloves.
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
So she heads into a small like side back into that side chamber and comes back with a pouch, and she fishes around in there for a little while, and
It's like, oh, where's one that we've been using for the try-ons? Here, yes, just a little left. Perfect. Wouldn't want to waste all our good materials.
and she slots like she takes these two tiny glass vials, very thin, and looks like they open up at a very small hole on one side, and she pushes them into a well concealed by tailoring pouch at the top of each glove. And then she
Now, to activate the mixture, you need only press upon this small glass vial. It will break, but don't worry, the pouch is designed for that. And for the next half hour or so, if you give it about 30 seconds, if you were to light them aflame, they will burn without heat. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not actually hot, just that they will not touch your skin beneath. If you touch someone else, still going to burn. Not a good plan. So, careful. Looks good, hurts bad. So you've got just a little bit in there. It'll last maybe 60 seconds. It's not a full vial. You're fine. Now, and
she comes out behind you and starts to fit the cape around you. As a raptor, this is a little long on you. If you were, say, a full-sized Corvum, or if Ugla were to wear it, since he's also one of the taller bird folk, it would probably go down to like maybe the back of their knees. On you're missing that 6 inches or so. This is basically almost all the way to the floor. But you put it on. She clasps it in front. It's got this very ornate kind of like raven's claw brooch that clasps it together, and then hustles you over to a small podium or stand on the side of the area.
oh, this is going to be lovely. I love it when people try these on. Okay. Stand up, turn around, press the vial on the gauntlets, and then snap your fingers. Middle finger to your thumb, snap, and then turn around.
When you snap those particular fingers, you can tell something in the thumb and finger there's a small piece of metal in both fingertips. So you snap a la, Full Metal Alchemist, a very tiny spark, and the gloves alight. You turn around in full force and roll advantaged charisma.
I'm gonna need that advantage.
I figure.
Hold on a second.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he is.
Such a good one.
Such a good one.
Such a good one.
All right, so Rezik himself is not accustomed to trying to look like a striking figure. So he snaps the fingers, they light up. He whirls around, and the clothes are doing an amazing job. The clothes look stunning. They look impressive. Rezik is making this stupid face. He turns around, he's like, and he's got finger guns. His neck's cocked. He's like, he's really ruining the effect, unfortunately. Which doesn't detract from how amazing the clothing looks. It's just it doesn't really help him as a whole. Nevertheless, the clothes look amazing. The gloves are lit with a soft, kind of neon orange, not quite the right color of fire, but kind of close. As it, and they, the flames kind of lick around the hands like they're on fire. When he whirls with the cloak, there's a sound that fills the nearby area. It's not loud, but anyone within 10 feet or so hears a soft fluttering of wing beats as the cloak itself flutters against itself during the flourish. So yeah, he twirls around. The clothes look awesome. He does not sashay. That's a walking style. He twirls around. The clothes look amazing. He doesn't, but what can you do?
What does the lady say whenever he looks super awkward?
So You flail around. Everyone takes it in. There's oohs and ahs. Oh, wrong button.
Oh. Yes. Stunning. Need to work on your turn, but I think you're going to dazzle them.
Now I'm just picturing Michael Scott wearing this.
Obviously.
That's what it is. Well, do you like it, Rezik?
I saw how
What'd you guys think?
Fabulous.
I think we
Very-
need to change. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say if we could make the flame black.
Ooh, black flame?
Oh, yes,
That
we
sounds...
carry a vial of that, but it costs extra.
What if I were to make you one?
Are you talking to him or her?
Talking to the one who offered to say, "Oh, we have a vial."
Oh, well, we requisition them upon request by customers from the Alchemist Guild.
I see.
Oh, man.
Are they the only individuals you can contract through to get those?
It's not a limitation of can contract. We could contract with others, we just haven't.
I see.
We've no other suppliers, I guess.
Well, then, excellent. I can be an additional supplier for you.
I look forward to it.
You said black flames. He looked like a dark phoenix of sorts.
my booty
That sounds
is put up.
amazing.
If I'm not seeing or tagging in combat and I try to heal using soothing mist,
Well,
it pops my revival instead. And
shall we purchase these and be on our way?
I can't figure out.
I mean, we can try and purchase it.
Yes.
No.
Wait, Lycus, didn't you need a glove too?
I will. Let me go. If this is, let me go
Dude, we
discuss
can
some
get
things
matching
with the
flaming
shopkeeper.
gloves.
Resik, it looks absolutely stunning on you. If you'll pardon me for just a minute, talk with the shopkeepers. To talk to the shopkeepers and be like, then have to be like, well, damn, we don't have the funds to appropriately pay for this
Mm-hmm.
because yes, and then
poor.
to like kind of calm everyone down, make this appreciate everyone's effort here, and continue to let them know that I'm willing to provide alchemical services for them in exchange for future for future payments.
Mm-hmm. So you take her aside and attempt to ascertain, the cost of the goods. Of course, expecting that they'll be wildly out of your price range. Roll persuasion.
Okay. I should have had Genrid.
Yep.
Yep.
I think, yeah. Oh, we all have.
Or
Oh,
not.
shit.
Or not.
Nice. Yay.
You don't have your glove yet.
Correct.
Oh. Okay. Roll perception, Lycus. Throughout this conversation, it's on your mind, proactively, so you've been keeping it in a pocket or inside of your cloak. But when you start making a deal, you're falling back into your merchant rhythms. You start to talk with your hands, you start to gesture, and eventually you forget and you pull that hand out, and she, her eyes are like, bzz, and it's very obvious she notices. She doesn't say anything about it, but as you're explaining, you notice her noticing. And you talked a good game, and eventually it comes out, and she's like,
Well, the gloves are 50 gold for the pair. And the cloak, as I mentioned, it is magical. It's 200. Now, I see your friend's taken a great shining to them, and I think he's going to look fantastic with them at his debut. And but we couldn't let anyone debut looking drab. So, I could give you a discount if you're just a little short. Or I suppose you could do Beatrice and I a favor. Procure some rare supplies for us.
I suppose I could probably manage that.
Or I suppose if his debut's a long ways off, you could procure the funds and return later.
Let's go ahead and, if I may, go talk to him very briefly,
Of course.
just to see if it's something that is absolutely necessary right now, or if this is something that where a little bit of time can pass. I'll be right.
Certainly.
Going over to Resic. So, how much do you want?
How badly do you want them?
Y'all seem to love it, and y'all said I looked awesome in it.
Exotic, I need to take your leave.
Yes.
Can we afford
Yes,
it?
you do.
We feel whatever way we feel it, but it's all about what you feel, Dressic.
Oh no, y'all done talk me up now.
So we can do it. We can get them in exchange for a favor of procuring some rare materials.
What rare materials?
That has yet to be determined.
Were they willing to throw in
How
a
do we
glove
know
for
we
you
can-
too?
I'm sure we can discuss that as additional pay.
We can. If you guys are fine with that, I'd like to do that. But if not, then
Sounds great to me. I'd love to help you look fabulous.
I mean, I
So,
don't have any issues with it, I suppose.
Go back over. We'll take it right now, and we'll go ahead and try to get those materials for you as part of.
Oh,
But she has already called the police.
oh, excellent. I do hope you're capable. The procuring rare materials is a dangerous task.
I believe ourselves quite capable.
Oh, good. Well, if you head out to Alderheart and make your way out of customs, either to the south or the east, doesn't matter. You're going to wrap around anyways. On the northeastern side of the glade, there is a small but well-marked game trail that suppliers use seeking this particular material. A day's travel from Alderheart, at the edge of the glade, you will find a different style of tree. It's a purple kind of wood. You'll notice it. It's very recognizable. The heart fibers, the interior of these trees, are exceptionally difficult to obtain, as they are a favored treat of the local fauna. If you can procure a sizable portion of this, we can certainly make a deal. If you get enough, we can just trade them.
Of course. And how much is sizable?
Well, these trees, adults are usually some 15 to 20 feet tall, and maybe 3 feet across. So the entire core of one tree would be sufficient for both pieces. Or less than that, of course, we will discount the price for the value. If you find felled trees or already downed trees, you could perhaps collect pieces. So long as they're not, like chips. We need at least a handful for it to be of any value.
Sure. Oh, I think we can manage to find some decent pieces of this heartwood. And you said it's a delicacy of the local fauna.
Fauna, yes.
What are some of the more dangerous creatures that we might see?
During certain seasons, there's a species of ape that frequents the area, and under cover of darkness, we've heard stories of wild cats and then of course the trees themselves. If you do find a felled tree, of course it would be easier to harvest from. You won't have to cut it down yourself. But the dying tree, before as it fades into death, is favored by a particularly venomous style of insect.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for all the information. We'll see about getting that for you, and I presume that the clothing will be waiting for us when we return with the.
Yes, if you're leaving soon, I will put it aside. Otherwise, if you think you'll be a while, then we can certainly make more. When you get around to it.
Sure. I think 4 or 5 days from now we might manage to return.
Oh, brilliant! I'll set it aside then.
Thank you.
Side quest.
Big
Side
set.
quest achieved. Go back to the group, convey the deal that's been struck, and that we'll collect Resic's clothing when we return with this.
Sounds like a plan to me. We might find other interesting things out there as well.
Yeah.
Sure, yes. What about your gloves? Multiple
Oh,
gloves?
right. Pardon me. Do either of you have gloves for the interim time period, so I can cover over this unfortunate issue?
Well, of course, darling. Are you looking to be fashionable or functional?
The well made. It's fashion would be secondary to function in this particular.
Certainly. Well, if you'll look over here.
She leads you off to a small, like basically the front of the store where the less nice but still well made things are.
Sure.
She'll sell you a pair of just good quality gloves for like 3 silver.
Okay.
Which is still very expensive for gloves, but not 50 gold.
Right. Not someone painstakingly spent hours or days trying to fold a pouch of just the right size
Right.
for a particular function on a glove. Yeah.
Okay. You buy 3 silver nice gloves?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he'll adorn his ornate cloak while he's going through here, and actually he'll go ahead and buy some fine clothes while
How fine?
he'd be willing to part with up to 10 gold for a really nice tunic and
Are you once again fashion or function?
in this case this would be more for fashion than fun.
Okay. Sure. She'll happily sell you 10 gold's worth of high fashion clothes.
10 gold of what?
10 gold of high fashion clothes.
Sure.
You easily fit in walking around. This would probably be like working nobleman's wear. Like, it's not quite like, fucking, I'm a noble, I'm rich as fuck. But if they were planning on being outside for the day, doing stuff, they'd probably put this on.
Stuff words.
That sounds great.
Is this like golf clothes?
Yeah, definitely golf clothes. It's got a nice sweater vest on.
Yeah. I was trying to think of noblemen outside, and I just got golf.
Yep. Okay. So you've got yourself some nice clothes. You got yourself a side quest. Now what?
Very
Does
fancy.
anyone else have anything they want to purchase while they're here, other than what Resic needs?
Oh, Genra, did you say you wanted a peacock feather hat?
I did not, but I'm actually looking more for perhaps a bit of a weapon, if you will. I wasn't going to bring it up because I know we're on time constraints, but, I wouldn't mind looking into some sort of little knife or something.
Well, you won't find that here.
Oh, of course. This is quite the fine array of beautiful clothing, but
So I'd like to make a
elsewhere.
suggestion. Are you looking for, she looks like down, kind of demure, like a lady's dagger?
Oh, why, yes. Do you know of any?
I do.
Are they here?
Not here in my shop. However, if you'll head 2 shops down, you'll see a blacksmith. And you only need to walk inside and ask to see Clarice.
Oh, well, that sounds wonderful. I will do that. Thank you so much for this suggestion.
Now, a lady's dagger, that would be a dagger that can only cut ladies, right?
Yep, that's it.
How does the metal know the
got it.
difference?
Well, women are different.
It's magic.
Apparently my main.
Hmm.
The dagger will know which gender your opponent or whoever it is. So,
A man
Wow.
wouldn't understand.
no.
Man, they think of
When
everything.
you try to stab a man, it's just like the metal actually just bends and it's like.
And it slides back into the hilt.
Yeah.
Even better.
Well, that
Very
sounds
cool.
lovely. Are we done here, or shall I go over there myself?
You did to me.
I think we're done here unless.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You have now the major shops in the Canopy Market are pretty well spaced. There's like a large alley, space for like deliveries and whatnot to go through. So 2 shops down is a little bit of a walk. Those are usually pretty large buildings. So you pass the next one down, which looks to be a some sort of like high adventure store. Not sure what they sell, but it sounds like it's not like based on the like the logo. It looks like they sell adventure, not things for adventure. They sell adventure. And then you head down one more, and there is in fact a large like smithy storefront. You don't see like smoke or anything, so maybe there's not a forge here. But there's definitely, like it says, like smith goods, high quality metals, blades, armors, etc.
Genra walks in
Okay.
and finds the closest clerk.
When you walk inside, the smell of like worked metal kind of like slaps you in the face. It is really overpowering, like way stronger than it should be, is what I mean to say. The audience that they sell to here are people who want to look like they do battle. And I mean, they probably sell quality goods here, but a part of their patronage is people who want to look like adventurers rather than be adventurers. And so it smells like a forge. The blades are fucking sick looking. Like there's an axe with like 38 spikes on it.
This is quite the shop. Goodness.
Why, thank you, madam. This is Logan's Smith Goods. We sell only the finest adventuring wares.
Well, that's lovely. I'm actually looking for Clarice.
Oh, you're one of those. Well, fine. Please head back to the back shop.
Thank you.
He points you to a small side door that would normally look like a servant's, kind of smaller area. I'm assuming the other 3 of you came, or did you have to do something else?
Yeah, I came with her.
I'm here. I was wowed by the intro. Seemed very cool.
I was mystified. I almost wanted to ask about the axe.
He points her off to the side, and now that the woman has left, because this is a very sexist shop, it's quite obvious. He's like, now you gentlemen look like you know what you like, and what you like are Logan's weapons. Look at the Murder Killer 9000, and he points to the axe with 38 spikes.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's also extreme.
Genra hears this as she's like walking through that door and pokes her like neck back out and says, I might want to purchase that as well. That sounds lovely.
Pretends not to hear. Women certainly can't want the Murder Killer 9000.
Oh, no.
They couldn't even pick it up. I mean,
Perhaps do y'all have any shields or boards with small wheels on the bottom of them?
of course. For what purpose do you need a wheeled shield?
Wheel shield.
For riding. And looking cool in front of my friends.
Are you planning to ride it downhill or into battle, or both?
Probably both, but it depends on how many flames it has on.
Do you intend to stand or sit?
Oh, I've never done it before, so probably sit at first.
Now, I have to tell you, you would look way, way cooler if you were standing.
Stand then.
Okay, I've got you, man. Don't worry. Come this way.
Okay.
The guy
I
grabs
figured this
the
would be the
beanie.
place for this.
Puts it on.
Yeah,
I continue to go with Genra.
he's definitely gonna locate he's gonna get you like a skateboard made out of a tower shield.
hmm
Oh my gosh.
Would it still function as a tower shield?
No, it's on the ground.
If you picked it up?
Oh yeah. If you picked it up, for sure.
So it could actually be useful for my character.
Sure, yeah.
'Cause, I mean, he
Oh my
needs a tower
God.
shield.
You could use it like a red flyer wagon, just pull it behind you, and then just pick it up and dump your shit on the ground for battle.
So he could embarrass his kids with it, riding it around.
Exactly.
But then also use it for battle. It's RP and combat.
This is
Perfect.
the perfect shield.
Oh my god. Ugla was definitely joking, but then when he sees that it's a tower shield, if it is, he may be.
Okay. All right. So Rezik goes with Genra. Lycus, what are you doing?
He's just shaking his head and just face palming at literally everything that's going on. And then he probably ends up just walking out to the front of the shop.
Okay. You go to take a leisurely stroll about the market.
Yep.
Okay. Genra and Rezik, you head over to this like small side door, and the door, while unassuming at a distance, is actually extremely well crafted. It looks like like an actual carpenter or woodworker built this by hand. It's got a custom stain over an inlay that just says Clarice's Fine Metal Crafts inside, like just kind of inlaid to the door. Not super noticeable, but as you walk up, you can spot that there's something there, and you get real close and you take a look and you can see it's there. Probably like if it were painted, it would be obvious. It would be a great sign, but it's not, so it's really not very obvious. You open up the door, and you see another Smith shop front. Except everything in here actually looks great. Like not over the top, like, oh my god, spikes and amazingness. Like, just craftsmanship is everywhere in this little place. You walk inside, and there is an kind of in like an older, probably not like old, but like second half of lifespan peacock, so a gallus. And she's talking with another customer at the far end of the shop. Looks like she probably mans this place on her own. It's not super large, but everything in it is obviously very finely crafted. She looks over her head and, in just a moment, finishes up her business, and you get, you peruse the wares for a little while. You find a lot of like, it's not only women's gear. It's just like artfully crafted as opposed to manly crafted. Yeah, lots of really just like beautiful or functional or amazing looking pieces of armor and weaponry. Um, she finishes up a few minutes later, and she looks over and heads your way. She's got maybe a small limp. As she closes in, you can see that she's actually missing the left leg below the knee. She walks on a kind of a metal contraption of some kind. Afternoon. Can I help you?
Yes, we were just down the street at that the what was that place called?
You never looked.
Classic.
You know that one of the
That's
shopkeep's
the-
names was Beatrice.
The shop with the fancy wares and Beatrice.
Oh,
She recommended I come here.
Yes, yes. Good friends we are. Always nice to get commended service.
She said that you have daggers that might suit a woman.
Now, do you mean a fine, like, lightweight dagger, or do you mean a lady's dagger? A lady's dagger is a type of weapon, whereas a fine dagger might suit anyone with less muscle mass.
Probably a lady's dagger, if you will.
I see. Do you intend to conceal this, or wear it on a hip?
Probably conceal it in some way.
I see. And you're a goose. Would you like to conceal it beneath your feathers, or beneath your clothes?
Probably beneath my feathers.
Certainly. I ask these questions. She's one of those nice shopkeepers who actually explains everything to you. Like, she actually tells you what the fuck's going on. It's just nice to have.
Yeah.
I ask these questions to decide what style and how small it needs to be. Concealment beneath one's feathers, of course, requires a slightly lighter weapon, and we can use better metals to ensure that it still does its job properly. But it's if you really wanted to conceal it on your naked person, it would must be a certain size.
Totally. I definitely understand and I agree. So, yes. Do you have anything that would fit those attributes?
Parameters?
Parameters?
Certainly. Come this way.
Words.
She leads you off to one of the side areas where basically like the weaponry side of the shop, and then down a small line to where she keeps samples of all the different dagger types she makes. She points out something like this would have been a fine dagger, a good dagger for a lady, but these here are ladies' daggers. And she points out a subset. They're less dagger shaped and more like long, very sturdy looking needles. They've got like the pommel, the grip, the hand part is very narrow. It has like large, pronounced ribs, so it's still easy to grasp. And the blade itself is only just barely bladed on the outside, but it looks exceptionally sharp at the point. It is definitely meant for thrusting.
Interesting.
Now, we do make these in several styles, I suppose you might say. Some are more pleasant to look upon and a little less deadly. Some are more deadly and less pleasant to look upon. Some are magically enhanced, some are not. A particular style, especially for people who are looking to conceal theirs on their person, also contain a small ampule that can carry poisons or other liquids.
Well, you've certainly got your options here. That last one does sound nice, something with a bit of poison, but also the magical ones. I'd like to see what you have for both of those.
And then I pipe up. Do you also have a lady dagger with some? I'd like to see one with poison.
I will bring out samples of both.
Thank you.
He totters off into the back room and comes back a moment later. He's got two small cases, just small wooden boxes, and undoes a latch and opens up both and places it on a counter. She points to the left one. This is a magical sampling. Now, any of these blades are of a quality that could be enchanted, but these have already been enchanted. And these here on the right are those ampule hilted ladies' daggers. So the right box has these. You can tell that the grip, the pommel, is a little thicker, and it looks like the base where maybe like a weight or like something to rest your hand against would be is hollow and could hold and there's like a slot on the end with a little like slide cap or something that you could push something into.
Got it.
Now the ampule hilted daggers, they generally hold a singular dose of any liquefied poisons. The poison is injected into the blade and therefore into the victim, but it tends to leak out. The blade has had its had small porous holes drilled in to create a cavity. Now this does weaken the blade slightly, but again, if you're using a lady's dagger properly, you're thrusting, which is not really a good way, an easy to damage blade. Now, if you do end up slashing, or if you thrust and then you bend, it is more likely to break if you're using the ampule daggers. However, that's the risk you take if you want to apply poisons. Applying the poison would be meaning you have something in the base here, she points, already, and you need only press down onto the glass container, which will shatter the vial inside and allow the liquid to permeate the blade. In most cases, unless very carefully held, the poison will leak out within the next 5 to 10 minutes. Really only good for if you know you're about to need it. Now, the magical selection here comes in a couple of varieties. These two are simply enchanted to empower the user to hit more effectively and for greater damage. This one is crafted with a particular style of metal and enchantment, and seems to be particularly harmful to certain creatures. And this last one, though exceptionally expensive, will actually fight on its own when a command word is spoken.
Well, you certainly have every thing I could ever want and need. The one you spoke of that is a greater, what did you say? Hits?
Accuracy.
Or accuracy, yes, that one. Could I take a look at it? And Genra picks it up, looks it over, grips it, kind of does a little thrusty motion.
Stabs the air a couple times.
Stabby stab.
Feels very stabby.
This is I do think this is what I was looking for. Just because I'm a little concerned that the leakage on one of the what was it called?
Ampule hilted daggers, or ladies' daggers.
And one of the ampule hilted ladies' daggers that might leak onto me, and I certainly can't have that. So,
well I mean, we would certainly sell it with a sheath that would at least protect you while it was there. But I mean, there is always the risk that once you've while you're holding it.
Perhaps I'd have to wear gloves if I did go that route.
I hear gloves are all the rage these days.
They have become sort of a trend amongst our group, so it wouldn't be outside of us all to have a pair, so... Resik, do you have an opinion? What do you think?
Well, I was actually thinking about possibly getting a ankle hilted dagger, just in case.
Well, maybe then you get it, and I get the more accurate one.
Sounds wonderful to me.
Now, Clarice, how much would these set us back for?
Well, the ampule hilted daggers are 10 gold apiece. not including any poisons, of course. The magical daggers vary in price over a large range. The simplest one that you have there is 500 gold. Eyes bug out like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. Oh wait, I shouldn't show that to merchants. Yes. Money.
She strokes her under beak, whatever that is called. Do you take any other, what? Stop. Pause. I'm going to roll persuasion.
Oh.
The smart thing to do.
There you go. Yes, very smart thing to do, in fact.
Do you take a Humble Folk Express card?
You guys take Amex? Is there a
What
layaway?
you know they do?
Alderheart Express. There they go. That makes sense.
Amex. Elder. Would it be Alex?
Aldex. Yeah,
Aldex.
Aldex.
Yeah. Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
There's my Alex card.
Genra looks back at the dagger and then back at Clarice. So, do you take it as a form of payment and perhaps some sort of favor, if you will? I will be totally frank with you. I do not have quite as much as this lovely piece is worth, so I don't want to, I'll put you about it, but it is right up what I was really desiring. So if there is a way, we could work something out, I would love that.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Yes, I do happen to have a service that needs doing that might net you an amount of gold. I don't know if it can make 500, but it would get you much closer.
Okay.
You said you spoke with Beatrice?
Yes.
I don't suppose you had a similar problem there?
Actually, one of our group members is going to work out some alchemy favors, I do believe, for them. So,
if I had to guess, I'd say something about a purple heartwood.
How did you know?
Well, Beatrice and I share our materials. You see, the wood that I use in the hilts for most of these daggers, and many of the other weaponry, are made of this purple heartswood. Now, I don't need it as bad as she does, and so I probably would pay less for it. You'd probably be better off selling that to her and trade for whatever it was you needed. But if you had extra, you could bring it my way, and I would buy it off of you. Alternatively, since you're headed to the Purple Heart Glade, there is a catalyst, something that I use to temper my steel, that is easily found in that area. At a pool that the local fauna would drink from, a mineral settles into the base. It is in a kind of porous stone or powdered form, depending on how long it's been within the pool. I would gladly pay up to 100 gold for a large sack of this mineral.
Interesting.
Then I proceed to ask if how much she would charge to make a dagger, and then ask if she could make a lady's dagger out of, and then I show her the arrowheads out of the sky metal that I have there already forged.
Oh, sky metal. You know, I just recently procured some of this from a supplier who'd made a journey out to the Mockden Caverns. Wonderful material. Truly marvelous. Yes, I can certainly work this metal. It takes a little longer. But I could easily make a lady's dagger from it.
Would that be more than, if I brought you the material, would it be more than what you sell these for?
Oh no, it'd certainly be less if you're providing the materials. I'd only charge for craftsmanship and time.
Okay. And then look at Genrin and be like, well, if we're already in the area, we can just see what we can get. If we can get a large sack or 4.
I agree. I think, given that I am very taken with this dagger, I do want to see if we can obtain those materials for you, and then perhaps once we've come back, because, obviously we'll be back for Beatrice, then we could stop in here and give you what we found and see what we're at then.
Lovely.
Wonderful. Well, are you ready, Ezek?
Yeah, I'm ready. Also, I don't know how you put up with that other guy in there.
What other guy?
Logan.
And the other, Logan, the guy that thinks everything's awesome.
Oh, my husband. Yes, he's a lovely gentleman.
I'm just like, haha.
Bit sexist, though.
Oh,
Doesn't believe women.
I must apologize for that. He panders to an audience. Noble men, not noblemen, but noble men are particular about the way they like to show off.
Indeed, that makes more sense. So if it's all kind of an act, then I understand.
No. Logan himself is a loving, gentle soul. If not for his talent with the hammer, I suspect he might be a playwright. He's so creative.
Intriguing.
Is he as good as a smith as you?
Logan has a talent for heavy steels that I cannot match. I will say that.
Good to know. I suppose, there's benefits that's specific to each of you. All right. Let's go back over and grab the others and be on our way.
All right. In the meantime, Ugla, the clerk took you into the back to meet up with Logan. Logan is this huge strig. Looks like you, but like an extra 3 inches on, like at all angles. 3 inches taller, 3 inches wider at the shoulder.
So he's the biggest person I've ever met.
Well, no, you've seen
the biggest strig.
The biggest strig, absolutely, because they're those fucking huge servant.
Yeah.
So yeah, the biggest strig for sure, though. But yeah, so you walk in and he turns around, and like he turns with presence. He turns with like his arms swole. Ugh. Hey man, good to see you at Logan's. What can I help you with?
Hey dog, I'm looking for a shield with wheels on the bottom of it so I can pull off some cool moves and impress my friends.
Hell yeah, brother. Now, when you say shield, I bet you mean tower shield.
Yeah, or like a board or something, yeah.
Yeah, like big ass shield.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. And
yeah, brother.
He heads over to one of the walls, and grabs this like way too big tower shield. Like you're a tall string at like 5 foot whatever. It's like 6.5 feet tall. And he picks it up.
It's not half cover. It's double cover.
It's full cover if you're standing behind this thing. And he pulls it down, like it's nothing, even though it obviously weighs a shitload. Ugh. All right, brother. This is the body protector. This thing, we stand behind this, nothing gets through. No arrows, no sling bullets, no swords, no maces. Not even a rampaging rhinoceros can come through this tower shield. But for a small fee, I can add the body protector spikes. Now, when you add body protector spikes to the body protector... oh, this is hurting my voice.
Do the voice changer.
It doesn't make gruff sounds. It just goes up and down and makes echoes and stuff.
Oh,
I can't add growl to the voice. Anyways, When you add body protector spikes to the body protector, then when those things hit your shield, it hits back.
Wow. Can you put wheels on it?
Hell yes, brother.
You have one with wheels on it right now?
No, but I got a frame with wheels on it. So we'll put the frame on the bottom, put the shield on the top, bam. Then you can test it out.
Did you test it out?
Hell yeah, brother.
I see you ride it.
Hell yeah, brother. Alright.
Ugla looks at him expectantly.
He heads off to another side of the room and grabs this wheeled frame that he definitely uses for like work and other stuff. You know, it's a fucking little, wheeled on wood square.
Yeah.
Puts it on the ground, puts this giant tower shield on it, and as a true confidence man, he fucking just like hops on top, no fear, rolls a dex check. Promptly falls on his ass. Oh, brother. Oh, them wheels are well oiled. Hold on. Let me try again.
Seems dangerous.
That's better. Man, he wobbles a little bit, but he jumps on top and he stays on. Well, it's not attached, brother. Now, if we were to put wheels directly on this puppy, I'd make sure you never fell.
That is so cool.
Well, what do you think?
I think it's great. I think you're probably going to sell a lot of those.
Are you looking to buy one, though?
How would it work in combat? Would I still be able to attack?
I mean, of course, if you're strong enough.
So I'd like put that down and then like hide behind it and then like pick it up and move it and then hide behind it again. And then when I wanted to attack, I'd walk around it and fight.
Well, now tower shields, they're particular, brother. You can either set them and then they provide, a lot more protection and you'd have to really like work to get around them. But if you're holding it, like a regular shield, you can attack normally. It's just a little tougher.
Oh. A little tougher in what way?
They're big, so you're a little less accurate going around it.
Yeah. Do you think it'd be okay if I just like planted that and then maybe the next turn I just left it there and used another shield?
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean like the rules of engagement would be totally fine with that, right? Like nobody would be upset that I was breaking the sacred rules of combat.
Hell no, brother. There ain't no sacred rules of combat. It's just two men kicking each other's asses.
I don't know. I've tried to do things that just nature would not let work before. You'd be surprised.
Nothing surprises me, brother. Not in my line of work.
That's true. You are an exceptional smithy and a great salesman as well.
Well, thank you.
So, as a bro to bro, what kind of price would I be looking at for something like this?
Well, do you want the spikes, brother?
How much extra is that?
Well, the shield on its own is 20 gold. The spikes are 5 gold. The wheels are 5 gold.
It's pretty cool.
And you know what, brother? This idea is so unique, I'm going to paint some flames on it just for you for free.
Oh, that'd be so cool. So, are you familiar with the Temple of Altus?
I ain't never been the religious folk.
Yeah, they may be willing to pay for this for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of on a mission for them right now.
If you go and you get a signed letter from the head of the temple, I'll and he lists his banking account at the Alex Bank. I'll go ahead and make that purchase on his behalf.
Cool. Yeah, I'll get over there within the next couple of days as soon as I can and see if I can come back.
Yes, sir, brother.
Thanks, man. He holds up his weird burnt ass hand for a high five.
Hell yeah.
All right. See you again soon. I guess my friends are in the back.
I reckon.
And then he'll puff up, after having met a bigger Strig than him for the first time in his fucking life and attempt to walk away looking cool.
Okay. You walk out of the air, the tower shields, and spot Genra and Rezik coming out of the side shop.
Hey, guys.
Did you acquire anything, Ugla?
No, I don't have any money, but I'll go talk to the Temple of Altus and tell them about our mission a little bit, and maybe they can pay for it for me.
Oh, that's lovely.
It wasn't
It
too
is.
expensive. It was custom, so a little bit, but not too bad.
As you guys are walking out,
What do you mean customs?
I mean, he's gonna put big old spikes and wheels on it and stuff. It looks really cool, and flames.
Flames?
Paint some flames, yeah.
We're gonna be matching then.
Oh yeah.
as you guys are walking out, there's one of the clerks is out front of the shop now, and he's calling out, Sunday, it's gonna be big, big, big! Logan's Metalworks is on sale. We've got daggers, we've got swords, we've got pikes with 18 spikes. Come down.
Okay. Let's go find Lycus, guys.
Lycus, you've had yourself a wander. There's the canopy market is very colorful with its variety and options. You've seen a lot of interesting little trinket shops, a lot of little kiosk vendors and whatnot. Anything in particular you wanted to be looking for, or are you just looking about?
Looking about, and if there are, if someone's selling some kind of interesting magical item, take a look.
Okay. You definitely find several interesting magical items. You're not sure you'd call them useful, but there are a variety of them that are definitely interesting. You find a small like pinwheel, like a child's pinwheel, little toy, that creates its own gust of wind that spins itself. There's a water bottle that pours rainbows. Is the like the tail. What it really does is cast a very small amount of light through the water, so it looks like there's a rainbow. And then you spot a cloak that claims to have infinite pockets full of useful objects.
I know my character doesn't know this, but did you say infinite?
Infinite. It's a claim.
I know,
It
really
may or
cool.
may not be true.
That one's mildly interesting, so he'll take a look at that and see if it holds up to its claim.
Okay. The proprietor of that particular stand won't let you handle it yourself, but he will, take it out and show it off. It definitely, like, as it kind of ripples as he shows it, you definitely spot a confusing number of folds and like indentations where pockets could be.
Are you willing to let me examine that under magical qualification?
So long as you don't touch it. I will not have thieves.
He casts Detect Magic.
Okay. Roll Arcana. Okay. Yeah, this looks like a robe of useful items. Being that as it is, you know it definitely does not have infinite pockets. It has up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 magical pockets, and probably a shitload of sewn-in pockets.
And how much are you selling this item for?
Well, this is exceptionally rare. It even has all of its magic intact. Many of these do not, you see. This one cost a mere 550 gold pieces.
Pass. Next.
Okay.
He walked off, and you guys will probably find him just like amused, but generally disapproving of the quality of items he's finding through the marketplace.
I mean, here at the Canopy Market, they're largely the quality is good. It's just that they're wildly overpriced.
Okay, for the actual goods that he might be interested in.
Right. Well, no, I mean, just anything.
Okay.
You know, you pass by and see a fucking, you know, it's like a silver saber. You know, it's like a saber made out of silver. You know, a decent weapon and useful in certain very particular use cases. Probably 25 to 50 gold at most. This is like 200 gold. This was the silver saber of the hero of old. Blah blah blah.
Right. He'll just amuse himself and window shop as he's walking along.
Okay. You make your circuit and round out as the rest of the party comes out of Logan's smithy.
Oh, find me, you say?
Party. It's Lycus.
You like us? Find any other cool stuff?
What it was. Good. As far as functional wear, looked fantastic. In terms of what we may need moving forward, couldn't say that it was terribly useful.
Okay. Did y'all end up buying those lady daggers you were looking at? I think you're on mute, Pepper.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, it does seem that Beatrice and Clarice have a sort of not competition, but vested interest in the same material of that tree. Also, Clarice would be interested in some sort of form of mineral in the bottom of a lake. So I suppose, you know, if we're going to get some of that tree, that we could get a little bit extra and try to then go get that mineral from the lake nearby and use that to get our daggers, because they're quite lovely daggers, and I think that it would make Jessica and I feel well equipped in future battles. What about you?
That sounds good.
Also, Lycus, do you have any vials, just empty vials? For, say,
yes.
storing liquids, maybe?
Maybe. Mike. Bam.
He said, I lost him.
And then the only option is
James has died. Goodbye. Rest in peace, James.
Dom.
All of a sudden, like, all the sound happened at once. What was this?
Oh, there he is. What's up, dog?
Things like froze for 30.
Isaac.
Did you hear what Skinner said?
No, I didn't at all.
Genra basically just told everybody about the daggers, and that she and Rezek both found daggers that they liked.
And then I asked
Okay.
if you had any vials to store liquids in and stuff.
Vials to store.
Liquid.
Liquid.
And yet shall.
Oh yes, he pulls out a small number.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
If you mean for the ampule daggers, they're way too big for those.
No, it's just more to collect liquid rather
Gotcha.
than like it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Hey, well, here you go. He
I-
hands one.
No, I was just asking if you had 'em. And
That's
like
okay.
it. If I need them, could I use them?
As long as they're not being used for something.
Okay, awesome. Since I'm asking anyways, what would you be bothered if I turned those arrowheads into a dagger? If not,
too terribly.
okay, if you are, I would just use the arrowheads and finish making the rest of the arrows out of them. But I just figured I would ask.
Is actually very
That's fine.
Okay.
Well then, are you done shopping out here, Lycus, or are you going to continue?
Oh, I'm done. It was amusing to come here and see what everything was, but it's far too pricey for my blood.
You didn't find anything as awesome as that cape and those gloves?
I mean, those were pretty fancy. Yeah.
All right.
I met a strig bigger
I
than
didn't
me,
find anything else that struck my.
and I saw him using a roller shield and fall on his butt.
Was
You
that
mean-
humbling?
It was pretty funny, but also kind of cool. So, do we want to go meet up with Pilum?
Yes, I
Or
think
try.
that's
good. Yes.
next step, right? All right. Well, yes. Let's be on
Yes.
our way.
Let's
Okay.
mosey on there.
All right. You guys head off towards the Arcanist Guild.
Yep.
Fanciness is afoot.
Indeed.
that song's going on.
Hearing the music change,
Magical
Ugla
music.
attempts to quiet himself down and look a little more
Taking note of the background music change. A boss fight must not be afoot. This sounds magical.
Hey, what's this? What's this cache of potions and ammo?
Why is there a save point? What's going on here?
Oh dear.
Should we do the side quest first?
No.
100% not.
I don't know,
Let's
guys.
have nothing
Progressing the
cool.
main story is not. It's never a good plan.
Maybe we'll talk to Pilum later.
There
I
we
got
go.
an interesting feeling that we should go hunt for that wood now.
We already said yes to the. Are you sure you want to do this?
You did.
Oh,
So you head for the Arcanist Guild.
Oh,
cries. Hides.
You make your way towards the far side of the Canopy Market, where a lot of the guild halls are. Guild halls are very obvious. They're fucking huge. They're especially the ones that are obviously like well-to-do or like resplendent. They look great. If you're looking at the Alderheart map, these are more closer to the bows than they are the Canopy Market. And so you've got some of the like that big purple building on the right. They're like large and fancy as opposed to these like shops and tent areas. The guilds are arrayed in a like a small cul-de-sac of a particular section of the bows, and you see a lot of coming and going for what looks like workers or guild members. Not so much like the people looking to make purchases or anything like that. Rezik, you've been up to the guild's area just once. Like I said, normally you are doing your work within the lower market. So you come up here once. You were the same time you were in the Canopy Market before. You had a like a rare material you wanted to sell off. Nobody in the canopy market at that time was familiar with what a good price or even what the uses for your material were, so they sent you over to the guilds area to get it, essentially appraised. And you, at the time, had gone into the Metallurgists Guild, which is the Metalworkers Guild, as well as the Alchemists Guild. Though at that time, the Alchemist Guild was a different building. When you walk into the cul-de-sac now, you see where the Alchemist Guild is like a weirdly colored crater that probably exploded.
Okay. I was actually going to ask if I remembered that it was a different building or not.
You definitely do, because where it used to be is a big weirdly colored crater.
Okay.
So you you're walking in there and you're doing your mental checklist, like that was the Metallurgist Guild. I think that was the Caravanserai, and over there was the Alchemist. Oh, that's a crater.
Got it.
The Arcanist Guild, in good and classical, cute setting fashion, is a singular tower with a large pointed top. What do you do?
Let's go, guys.
This looks like the Arcanist Guild, right?
Well,
Is this place intimidating looking?
No, it looks fantastical. I mean that in the sense of, like, it looks very magical.
let's go poke our heads inside and see what we can get.
Yeah. Remember, let's keep our main contact, Lily.
Yeah,
I really hope we don't regret this.
we will.
I mean, he's famous, so he can't be that bad, right?
Bring up the past, he might not like that.
We can try and beat around the bush and see how
I
he
mean-
takes it slowly.
Come on. If he hated Lily, would she have recommended we seek him out for help?
What if
Maybe.
we don't mention Lily? What if
What
we
if we-
just mention that there's some strange happenings, and if he knows anything about flames or towns disappearing, sort of.
What if he's
that
behind
sort of
that?
thing.
How
I
do
mean,
you
if
get
he's
to-
behind it, then he won't tell us anything, and he'll want us to leave. So
Or kill us.
How do you
He
get
could
an
kill
important
us, you're
person
right.
to give you the time of day?
I mean, he
You
could do it
mention
anyway.
Somebody who they...
James, it sounds like you're very far from your microphone.
Oh, okay. How do you give somebody?
Oh, we can hear you now. That was
How do
good.
you how do you make it so somebody important gives you the time of day? You mention somebody that they like. So let's go with Lily, and that way he'll set aside time to speak with us before anything else happens. Otherwise, we're going to spend a lot of time trying to get his favor to get the time of day.
Maybe instead of
Makes sense.
Lily, we could talk about their other buddy.
Roland? Morty?
Yeah, Roland, and kind of see how he reacts to it.
Yeah.
Roland or Morty,
Yeah,
because
I
we've
think
never
telling
really
him
met
that,
either one of them.
Look,
that Roland is fire corrupted would definitely be of interest to him.
Well, we could kind of gauge his reaction off of Roland, and then from there, if it's a positive reaction towards him, then we could let him know that the misdeed that happened to him, or if he reacts negatively to him, we can omit it,
Okay, so I have that ring, and then I have.
and then we can
Yeah.
kind of just we could decide on the conversation from there, rather than just give too much away.
That sounds like a good idea. Agla says in a whisper.
Okay. You guys head up to the front doors of this very magical looking tower. They open without a touch and enter into a small antechamber where a man, a male, what's the bird race that I never use? Let's say Luma. Yes, a male Luma stands there in a brightly colored blue robe, tall pointed hat, and has a staff in his right hand. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild!
Thank you. It's great to be here. We're looking for Pilum.
Are you here for magic? And he pulls up his staff in both hands, and it glows, and he makes some lights appear.
Maybe.
No. We bring tidings from his friends.
Perhaps for a show! And he holds the staff aloft, and more fireworks appear overhead.
I mean, if watching the show lets us talk to Pilum faster, then yeah.
I know! You want a party! And he points it right at you guys, and an illusory bunny rabbit comes hopping out of the staff, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, then explodes into fireworks and streamers.
I have never seen that before. That was incredible. Do you have any other fun spells?
Hello, and welcome to the Arcanist Guild!
Perhaps we should just go and rummage through this place.
Are you
ourselves.
here for magic?
Operator.
Fireworks. Zero.
Customer service.
Zero.
Operator.
Zero.
Customer service representative.
I would like to roll investigation to disbelieve.
Sure. It is only partially illusory. The staff is real, and there's some sort of like wood and metal automaton beneath the illusion, whose name is not Buttlebot before you say it.
Oh, well,
Is
that's
it Woodlebot?
Damn it. Buttlebot.
It's from the other game.
Magibot.
He's a construct.
Are you
Nope.
here for the tour? Are you here for a party? And the bunny comes back out.
So we're gonna just pass on by and see if we can find a receptionist. Thank you, he says. Tries to walk by.
He doesn't acknowledge you, and you walk right on by.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was a cool spell, though.
I suppose that is what we should have expected. This place is already strange enough.
I mean, it seems very welcoming. You know, I don't know why we were even worried.
You head
Let's
on
just go
through the double doors on the other side of the welcome thingy, and open those up as well. Beyond them, you do see what looks like a reception area. There's a large wooden desk with a fairly young fellow behind him, like a late teens ish. Looks like he's a red panda. I know, right?
What are they called?
He's a Malpok. He's a Mapok.
Malpok.
Yeah, Mapok's his race, but he's a red panda.
Oh, there's different breeds of Malpoks.
Yeah.
Malbacks.
Oh yeah, the
Malpok.
Malpoks. Okay, he's a Mapok. But rather than a raccoon, he's a red panda.
All right, Ugla's gonna stride on over to him. Is there a little name on the desk?
Not on the desk, but he does have a little nameplate.
Perfect.
It's in the shape of a pointed hat, and it's written in a fun font.
Can I read it?
Kevin.
Ah. Good afternoon, Kevin. How are you?
Oh, hey. I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing wonderful, man. We're just looking for our friend of a friend, Pilot.
Oh, the Master Arcanist. That's nice. What? I can take your names.
Okay, cool. It's us, and we're here from.
Sorry, sir. Us isn't a name. Ugla.
Ugla, Resik, Lycus, and Gen.
Oh, okay. Can we point here? Who's Ugla? Raise your hand. Oh, the one shaking his head, no. Got it. And Resik, raise your hand. Excellent, thank you. Genra, thank you. And then it must make you like us. Wonderful, thank you, sir.
Yes.
But I'm Kevin. I'm the receptionist here at the Arcanist Guild. Now you said you wanted to see the Master Arcanist. What's this about? Do you have an appointment?
We don't have an appointment. In fact, we were speaking with one of his friends, and she referred us to him. So, we wanted to see if he could discuss a private matter with us that involved his friend.
We bring dire tidings from the scorched grove from his friend Lily.
Oh, that sounds very serious.
A message only for his ears.
Do you perhaps have some sort of letter of introduction, or I don't know? Did she send word ahead? I mean, I don't mean to question your authority or the veracity of your claims, but I mean, you could just be some people off the street.
Here, you can. He pulls out his. Oh, Genra's got it.
Genra pipes up. I assure you, if you mention the name Lily, he should know immediately who we're speaking of, and that only we would know her. So, could you please write that down?
Oh, certainly. But you guys seem like you're from out of town, and I don't want to, call your claims false, but all of us know who Lily is.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
So you understand that she is gone off on a mission?
Well, no, I don't know. I mean, she might do missions. I don't know. We just know who she is. I mean, we know all of Master Pylam's, adventuring friends.
Does everybody else?
Interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't say everyone, but most of the Arcanists.
Could you tell us?
So then that would
about
be.
them?
Would tell you about them?
So
Yes.
no.
So, Lycus, I wanted to say Lysic. Lycus, can you give this man the copy of the symbol that we found? He'll probably know what it means.
All right.
Yeah.
He pulls out he pulls out his little amulet, sets it on the table, and then he pulls out a cube, and it has he taps it a couple of times to give it the image of Lily, sets it on the table, and it says, "You can tell him that Pontus sent us to Lily, and Lily sent us to him." There's nothing we have to. We need to talk to him because something has happened. We do not fully understand it, and further guidance would be appreciated.
I see. Well, I don't know of any Pontus, but we certainly know of Miss Lily. And this symbol. What symbol are you showing him? What symbol is this?
The predator.
Oh, the predator one. Okay. I think I've seen this symbol before. But I'm sure one of the older Arcanists would recognize it. I'm kind of new.
I thought you knew all of the adventurers.
Of course.
And Pontus isn't one of them?
Not that I know of. Not in the stories.
What kind of stories?
Oh, just stories of his old adventuring friends. They adventured about, they slayed enemies, defeated evils, that sort of stuff.
So hold on, you're telling me that the people that are in the Arcanist Circle would probably know about this, but you think our claims are false?
No, he just needed proof.
No, I didn't say anything like that.
Right.
Sir.
It's I understand your skepticism behind it, but it's if only people know in the Arcanist Circle, how would just random people off the street know?
Well, and your veracity is starting to become less questionable as you produce these things.
Okay.
I'm not trying to kick you out here, sir. I just want to make sure not to bother the Arcanist unduly.
It's understandable. I just figured I would ask.
I feel like if you just show Pylam that symbol and say we have a message concerning Lillian Roland connected to it.
Oh, now
He'll wanna
Roland,
talk
I
to
know
us.
that name. He was the druid, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was a big cat. He was a big cat. I remember.
Oh yeah. Yeah, really good guy.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, he was super cool in the stories.
Yeah, he always wore dark glasses and always had a fun line to say after we won the battle.
Maybe we've heard different stories.
Maybe.
So he looks the stuff over and says, "Oh, okay. Well, I've taken your names and you said you've got this symbol here. Can I keep this?" He looks over at Lycos. Can I keep
Sure.
this? Okay.
For the moment.
Yeah. I can return it for sure. And the message. Okay. Now, I apologize, but the Arcanist is out at the moment. So I will give him this message as soon as he returns, and I'm sure he'll contact you if he sees it necessary.
Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you.
I'm
He looks at
gonna. Can I actually want to see it? Can Resic tell if he's lying? And I guess it's
Insight.
perception. Insight. Okay.
As far as you know, he is telling the truth as best as he knows it.
Okay.
Do you have any idea when he will be back?
Sorry, I really don't. He left a message saying that one of his old friends had gone missing, and I don't know if that means an adventuring or maybe a past lover. He's quite the scamp, even at his age. And that he was going to investigate on his own. He's like that. He just goes off on little adventures on his own all the time.
People don't really call me Ugla. That's why I was shaking my head earlier. People probably know me by my nickname, which is Strigley. Could you put that down instead?
Strigley. Ugla Strigley.
Yeah.
Cool name.
No, not Ugla, just Strigley.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll take a note. He adds Strigley.
Strigley
He does
Wiggly.
not remove Ugla.
Could you please mark out Ugla
Yeah, sure.
right now? And you're going to promise me you're not going to write that name again? I don't take kindly to it. I don't like to go by that anymore.
You don't like to go by your name?
It's okay if my friends call me my real name, but I prefer the people that I've just met call me by my nickname, which is the name that I go by. It'd be like if I called you Thaddeus or some bullshit.
But
you go by Kevin, clearly.
But nobody calls me Thaddeus.
Yeah, nobody calls me Ugly. They call me Strigley.
He just called you Ugla.
Yeah, they can call me that.
Well,
But not
this has
you.
been a really lovely time. Will you send us a message at our inn if you hear back from dear Pilum?
Oh, sure. Where are you staying?
Actually, can we get that stuff back?
What stuff?
Stuff we just gave you.
The symbol?
Like the symbol and the
sure.
symbol, please.
Let me. I guess I'll draw a copy of it. Hold on.
No copy. I want it back.
The
Here
area
you
where
go,
we're
sir.
staying is called
Thank
the
you.
Bows?
Bowels.
Yeah,
The
the
inn?
only inn in the bows.
You're at the inn in the bows. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where.
Yeah, one more question, Kevin. Did he head west?
I really couldn't say. He's magical. He teleports around.
I see.
Thank you for all the help
Alright.
today.
Have a nice day.
If there's any sort of like a questionnaire or comments field we can fill out about you, we're gonna give you lots of 5-star ratings for your hospitality and kindness.
I'm afraid we
Like
don't have
this
anything like
WhatsApp.
that, but I'll take that into suggestion.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you'd probably get a raise from how well you're doing. You're
I
gonna
work-
be a
We'll let
master arcanist in no time.
I'm sure. Thank you, sir.
If the head arcanist hears about us, we'll let him know you did great.
I appreciate that.
We got you.
All right, fellas, let's go chop some wood.
Yes, I suppose that is what we'll do. Wait a minute. What? Wait, we're leaving town, but I
He's
mean, what if he
magic.
arrives?
He can contact us.
Okay, no. If you feel that way, I suppose you're right.
I mean, that is how it works, right, Kevin? Like, he can just like find anybody anywhere.
You left.
I open my eyes and I'm in the inn.
No, I mean, you guys, like somebody said, we're walking out, and so you guys walked out.
Okay, let's go chop some wood.
Do we have an axe?
Nope.
Got a
That's what I was
foot and a
wondering.
sword.
Should have got that axe with the 15,000 spikes on it.
Would have been good. Would have helpful.
Don't worry, I can get us the right tools so that we can get.
Shouldn't
Awesome.
we get a pickaxe as well? A pickaxe as well.
I figured we would be sifting through the water for the mineral.
We might have a pickaxe in the bag still. From the
Yeah.
way
Also,
back
I still got that pickaxe. Or maybe, I guess, Lycus probably would. He was the last one that
Yeah,
used it.
in the
I
bag
can't
of
remember
holding.
if he. Yeah.
Good enough, I suppose we're
I
prepared.
threw those out a long time.
Oh,
then.
no.
Never mind.
He said he could
Just
get us the stuff.
kidding.
Yeah, if anybody can create a tool from the job, that's like us there.
Certainly.
All right, then let's. I suppose that, and then if there's some temple to the north, finding something out about that, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's a weird one, man. I don't know anybody that knows anything about. Maybe there's like a world geographer or a master cartographer or a renowned explorer that might know something about what's north of Alderheart.
Just some guy with a map.
Mm.
Like the head arcanist?
That would be convenient. Well, I'll ask him.
Poor Kevin. All he wants to do is do his job. He's getting harassed by a bunch of yokels.
He did pretty good.
Out of towners.
Mm-hmm.
That's his cake.
Oh yeah, and then Ugla leans into us. Yeah, they're probably gonna arrest me when they see our group if he mentions the group names to anybody in the town guard.
That's also a reason why I took back the
I'm sitting over here.
little symbol. We have no idea when he's coming back. He could end up back like Lily.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely
knows
that's Ugla, and he wrote that symbol down after you left. That happens. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Never mind.
I'm
Go
gonna
take
kill
out the
Kevin.
NPC. Yeah,
He's in the Arcanist.
he can't
game.
know.
We will get blown up so
No
fast.
witnesses. Okay.
Have you had any games end from just indiscriminately killing NPC?
Oh yeah.
Like if we just decided to try to kill Kevin there and we just get murdered.
Yep.
Wasn't that like all of our game with everybody else? We just pissed off literally anybody we could.
Isn't that
We made people
isn't that
mad.
everything that happens when Riley's playing?
Exactly.
I mean, the worst fight by far was me and Goober just joking around with the crazy old fat guy who turned out to be some ridiculously
the master
powerful
torturer of the city.
Right.
If only
Yeah.
you had tried to figure out who he was.
That was
Instead of trying to prank him,
Uh-huh.
clearly he doesn't like jokes.
prank him. He has no sense of humor. He's a torturer.
He did not. They tried to kill us and almost did.
Just a prank, bro.
He just got pranked.
Hmm.
It's just a prank.
They ended up all right towards the end of the tale, though.
Yeah, you guys
They
were
redeemed
hanging
themselves to
out.
some degree. at the party and all.
I think James had a menage a trois or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh
He was
yeah.
at their party.
Man, why does it feel so long ago?
A little while ago.
That
Because
doesn't.
it was. It's been a while ago.
6 months.
Yeah, at least 6 months.
Yeah, that
The game ended 6 months ago, I guess. So
Mhm.
probably in the order of 8, 9 months.
Yeah, probably 8 or 9 for that scene.
Hmm.
Time flies.
It
So,
does.
what are you guys doing?
Let's go get that purple wood.
Yeah, I guess we're leaving Alderheart and going towards that.
That
Like-
eggplant wood.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
yep.
You know, I've heard a really strong eggplant wood goes really well with a couple of freshly made beef and dinner of kings.
Indeed.
So, do we have an axe, or do we need to get one before we leave?
Lycus is going to magic an axe into existence.
Of course.
Yep.
What about a sifter? Will you also magic that into existence?
A sister?
Yeah, sister.
A sifter.
Yeah, sister. A sift.
Magic.
We could use
A
some
sister.
siblings about right now.
Or a painter. I actually pan for. But
Oh yeah, we
Something.
gotta get the thing out of the water.
The mineral. Yeah.
yeah, the mineral. Yes, you do, Amber. Yes, you do. Don't pay attention to my torture person in the background.
I need help.
I just love that I found your bra earlier. That was so good.
Brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kept
All right.
You make the journey down Alderheart through all the stairs. Everyone roll perception checks as you pass through the lower market.
Ugla's walking through there with his eyes closed.
indeed.
All right. Let's see if I'm exceptionally stealthy. Nope. Rezik and Genra both. At some point, passing through the market, you spot pickpockets. They seem to be targeting Ugla and Lycus, who are looking particularly out of it at the moment. But you spot them, so if you wanted to, you could warn your pals, or you could let them get pickpocketed.
I lean closer into Ugla and go. You should watch your pockets.
Can I just,
Agla's gonna go on high alert, wait for somebody to try and pickpocket him, and try and grab him.
Okay, Ugla, roll a dexterity save.
Oh, that's not good.
You're on high alert. You're looking everywhere. You look around to your left, and you think you see something behind you, so you keep turning your head with your cool owl neck turn thing, and there's a hand in your right pocket on the other side of you. And so you whip around and grab it, but it's your hand.
Oh, got him.
Oh my
I
god.
let Lycus know, but discreetly, and I don't know if I want to engage you guys or not.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of try and fall back from the pack and stuff behind one.
Sure.
We're all spreading for this
Yeah.
one.
Do they keep trying to
Oh no!
Oh god.
You feel very stealthy. You're lost in the crowd. You put your hood up and you steeple your hands for
Sticks
some
out
reason, and
more.
you just walking along. Like you're super invisible.
And I'm super standing out doing that.
Yeah.
You stealth up right behind one of the suspected pickpockets. What do you do?
While he's deciding, could Genra actually, like, if she spots one of them again, could she get up close enough to trip them?
As soon like when Ugla goes on like high alert, the ones that were tailing him just kind of fucking bail. And-
They see him obviously trying to be ready for them.
right. What are you doing, Resik?
God dang it. I was going to say, I'm going to whisper into his ear. I'm fired. I'm so fired for being the rogue.
Hey.
I was going to be like, hey, I know what you're doing. Back off or
Okay.
else.
All right. So you stealth up right behind one of these guys. You lean your head right behind one of their ears, right over his shoulder, and you say those words. And this poor, elderly man jumps like 4 inches into the air. It's like, oh, my heart, oh boy, you done scared my heart to death. It ain't working. I can't hear it. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a heart attack, boy. What have you done doing to me? Oh, my heart. Oh, breathe. Breathe, Larry, breathe. Help me up, boy. Help me up. You done scared the heart out of me. At least you can do is help me up my feet.
I definitely help him up, and I
Okay.
apologize. I'm very apologetic.
Okay.
Whoops.
That old man gonna pickpocket you. That was totally
Hey,
his
sorry,
plan.
sir. I'm just
You
pranking you,
lose.
sir. I'm sorry.
You lose 2 silver
Pranking the
pieces as the
elder?
old man pickpockets you.
Hell yeah! Yes.
Wow.
A master pickpocket.
That's incredible.
Very nice.
Do I notice that he pickpockets?
Not
No.
so much later.
Yeah.
Oh, I just figured I
Son
would
of a
see if I
bitch.
could roll perception and see. Because even if he did, I was just gonna be. I'm too ashamed to even try and say anything.
I mean,
I've
so
been-
that was
I've been
a
hacked.
pretty big commotion, right?
Oh yeah.
So I would have turned around, saw that, Resnick was involved with somebody. Would I have noticed the pickpocketing?
The three of you turn at this loud shouting about a potential heart attack. It looks like Rezek knocked some old guy on the ground. And now he's apologizing profusely, and like helping him back up. Sure, all of you can roll disadvantaged perception. All right, nobody sees the pickpocket. Yeah,
Resnick, quit knocking over old men. We got work to do. Everywhere we go, you just want to knock down old men. So strange.
You should really respect your elders, Resik.
In 20 years, I'll be his age, and you gonna knock me over?
I'm sorry. I thought
I
you were
like
already
your
his age,
elder
Ugla.
right now.
Getting there.
I'm a little embarrassed and kind of angry about this already.
okay,
Because I'm angry because I'm getting shit because I was trying to help my friends.
right, but they don't know that.
So
You just know how
I
you
won't say
tap
angry.
in.
I'm just kind of annoyed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just look like a
Mhm.
jack.
That would be a very frustrating situation for you, definitely.
Okay. So you guys, you finish your travel outside of Alderheart. You make your way to the customs gate. You're gonna have to pass through customs.
To leave?
Yeah.
Yep. This is
Is there a fence we can climb?
Oh, there's a wall.
How tall is it?
Quite
It's like 20 feet.
20 feet.
I wish there was
I have
a way we
advantage
could
on climbing,
sky
though.
Now, if you were a bird with a glide feature, you could leap from Alderheart.
That is.
I have talons.
But do
I'm
you
the
have
only one that
glide?
can escape the situation.
No, all three.
Yeah, this is handy
should have the
though.
glide.
Look at that.
You guys should all have glide. You just don't
Advantage
have, you
on
don't have
Yeah.
wing
checks to
burst or
climb
whatever.
and
Minus
lift.
Lycus.
Right. Lycus does, but all three of the birds should have
Can-
glide. You just don't have wing flap. Only Genra has that.
Can we carry Lycus?
Not a chance.
Even all three of us?
No.
At the same time?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, what? I don't even know what to say right now. This is a challenge. I'm assuming he's a wanted man. Has there have there been more guards? Have we noticed that people were looking for somebody, or was there like a little wanted poster or something?
Brugla?
Yeah,
No.
that's really weird.
Not in character, but do we want to ask Ugla to glide out and then the three of us walk out together so it's less
I feel
suspicious?
like I'm
Less likely to get caught by one.
I'm stressed and it struts.
I mean,
One of us gliding away is much less noticeable than three people gliding away.
I'll tell y'all what. I'm gonna go way on down the line, climb over the wall, and I'll see y'all on the other side.
all right, I guess. Yes, I suppose that's the only option.
I'll try and find a nice shady spot
Okay.
away from the hubbub,
Mm-hmm.
and climb on up.
Okay. You wearing your armor?
Quick.
Um,
uh,
is that gonna hinder my climbing?
It is.
Then, yeah, I'll unlatch it real quick. Wait, would I even have it on just walking around town? No.
I mean, you might. It's your choice.
Mm,
where would it be?
Like Resic
otherwise?
has to. He doesn't even have clothes.
Ugla's armor is like really loud and annoying, so I don't know if he would just wear it everywhere. But I mean, if they were on their way out to go, fight some shit and chop wood, he probably would be wearing it. To be honest, so I guess I'll have to take it off before I climb.
Okay.
That's not gonna, make a lot of noise and draw any attention or anything like that, right?
Yeah, that'd be silly. Okay.
So do you leave us before you take your armor off, or do you pull us to the
Yeah,
side?
I try to find like a secluded alley to take my armor off real quick, and then find a safe spot to climb this wall.
Okay. I mean, you're not in the alley. You're in the big fields between Alderheart and the outer wall.
Oh, cool! So I can just find a hill and
Yeah.
lay down, and
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, so you guys are split up. Ugla's on his own, headed off to some less guarded section of the wall. The other three of you are going to pass through customs.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I just realized the flaw in the plan as soon as we agreed to it.
Ugla, let's go with you. You should be the quickest. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Oh my god.
Okay. Roll advantaged climb or athletics. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb this wall, and y'all are all gonna get arrested.
It's fine.
Fuck.
Now, the question is, do you get spotted by the perch guard?
Yeah, I guess they have little turrets and stuff. I tried to find a spot where
They're
nobody could
literally
see
on the wall.
They are very literally on the wall.
Okay, so tried to find a spot
Hmm.
that you couldn't really see.
Right. But at some point, you have to be on top of a wall.
Right, which is a very visible position.
It is. So you found a pretty secluded area. You took off your armor. You tucked it away inside your pack. You stealthed up to the wall as best as you were able, and you pretty quickly climbed. You scaled the interior side of the wall. Climbed up, up, and up, and up. Peeked your head over. Took a look. Didn't see anyone. So you hopped up, and your plan was just hop up, cross straight over, probably just hop off and glide down. The quickest way over. As soon as you hop up, naturally your instinct is just look around just one more time, and there, just a little ways down, maybe pretty far, a couple like hundreds of feet away, you spot the figure of a perch guard, and you spot it spotting you. Then you hear the sound of a loud whistle.
Okay. Climb back down inside the city.
Oh, really? You don't just go?
I mean, is it just like that one dude
You
who
only
can
see
see
the
me?
one dude.
Okay, fuck. Well, sure. I'll glide and try and glide away from this dude and then just run.
Okay. You leap off, glide forward, and start. And like as soon as you hit the ground, you are headed straight for the woods.
Yeah.
In particular in normal running away from the fuzz fashion, you continuously check over your shoulder. Looks like he's one of the races that does have wing flap, so he got a good height as he leapt off, and he got a lot more gliding distance than you did. Now he was still several hundred feet away from you on the wall, so you've got a good lead on him. By the time you make the tree line, he's probably still 100 feet behind you. Not a huge distance, but still a decent ways. You break into the trees. What's your plan? Are you going to keep running? Or are you going to try and hide?
I'm going to keep running.
Okay.
Because I figure on foot, Ugly expects to be faster than him on foot.
Okay. As soon as you hit the tree line and keep going, a moment later, a couple seconds, pass, and you hear 3 whistle blasts, like boop boop boop, whereas the first one was a long whistle. How long or how far are you planning to run?
I'm going to continue for another 5 minutes.
Okay.
But carefully keeping track of the direction I've come from, and expecting to be able to go south of there. I guess it would be to try and get back to a main road or some kind of rendezvous with his friends.
Okay. Roll disadvantaged survival to keep track of that while at a run. Okay. You feel like you've kept a pretty straight direction in the intended path. All right.
Yep.
5 minutes
So
will pass. You'll eventually, slow to a walk, or hide behind a tree, maybe listen.
Yep. Looking for a nice secluded area and
Okay.
listen to hear if anybody following me. And if I don't for another 5 minutes, then I'm going to suit back up.
Okay. For maybe 3 or 4 minutes, you don't hear anything. Seems like maybe you lost him. Then you hear not one, but several sets of wings in the trees.
The thing is, they flew out of the fucking tree into the trees above me. So is he going to continue running?
Okay, you bolt. Another 5 minutes of running pass by. You stop, run the same check. This time you think you've lost them.
He's going to remember that he thought that last time and run another 5 minutes.
Okay. So you're 15 minutes at full run outside of the city, through the woods, or outside of city walls.
Another survival check to see if I can figure out where the fuck I was.
Right.
Disadvantage.
Yep. Much better. So your suspicion is that if your first survival check, if your first estimate was correct, now you've got a good idea of where you are.
Right.
And you still think you've lost them.
Okay. So he'll wait another 5 minutes. Has he heard anything?
Nope.
Okay. Then he's going to try and be as extra careful as possible.
Very careful.
Perfect. Yeah. And try and noiselessly put his armor back on.
Okay. You noiselessly put your armor back on and step on like you know what you do. You noiselessly put your armor back on. The armor makes no sound, but you step on every dry twig and leaf in the forest.
Right.
While you're doing it.
Shit. I'm just picturing like Sideshow Bob stepping on rakes.
Right.
And while he's putting his armor on.
Yep. Okay. You put your armor back on and start headed in the direction you think you'll find your party.
Right.
Party. You guys head for customs.
So while he's doing, and this is the biggest question, is there a huge time gap between him trying to get over the wall and us actually trying to go through customs?
Um. Hmm. I mean, the travel time to the wall would basically be the same. So right about the time you guys are entering customs, he's scaling the wall. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, God dang, I don't know whether or not my character would be cautious here or not. I don't think he would be.
Okay.
I think he'd be naive to it. So
Then don't. All right.
yeah.
You gotta head into custom. They stop you. Hold there. You're trying to leave on high. You are taking any goods with you?
No, none that we, other than what we came in with that I remember. Looking at
Nothing
the
to
other guys to
declare.
confirm that.
Nothing to declare. I see. All right. What was the nature of your stay? Were you visitors? You residents on the way out?
Just visiting.
Ah, good. And how was your time?
Great, actually. It was quite lovely. We visited some shops and, yes, we enjoyed our time here.
Oh, we do like to hear that. Now, if you we'll just look up your entry forms. Hold on just a moment. Your names, please.
Sure,
Like this
it's
resident
Genra.
Thank you. Goes and pulls you up out of the files and says here you entered with another. What happened to Mr. Ugler?
You know, we actually haven't seen him since then. We were under the suspicion that he was still under your custody.
Custody? Custody for what?
We're not entirely sure. We didn't even get a chance to talk to him after you guys took him away.
Well, that seems mighty strange, ma'am. Says right here that the four you came through declared nothing. Says he was here to visit, and the four you passed it on by.
I mean, I'm just as mystified as you, sir.
Well, something ain't right here, ma'am. Now, I'm gonna have to ask
I
you to
agree.
come inside the office and answer a few questions.
Certainly, I'd be happy to.
Hold on. Before all this, I want to come clean, sir. Actually, so we came here with him, and he told us that he was of a royal bloodline, and I'm sorry. He decided to stay with his family this time. We just did we didn't want to let that information get out. We apologize.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't say here on the form that he's of any sort of nobility. He should have declared that when he came in. This is mighty suspicious.
I'm sorry. It was news to us when we got in here. He kind of threw it on us after he met up with some people, kind of got in a little bit of trouble, and then he kind of declared it. We haven't really seen him since.
Oh, well, y'all seem like nice folks, and I'm partial to believing you what your story says. Now I'm gonna make a note here in the file, and if we do see Mr. Ugler here in the future at customs, well, I suspect he might be in some trouble. But other than that, y'all nice folks. Why don't y'all go on about your day? Hope you had an enjoyable stay here in Old Heart, and come on right back.
All right, thank you very
will.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, lets you through. Makes a note that says "Arrest Ugla" in the piece of paper, and
Of course.
everything's fine.
And
And
we're
now there will be wanted.
Oh.
Everything was fine before. The keepers of the fire had done fixed the system. They doctored all the paperwork, and then Rezik had to come and just spill the beans.
Moving on.
well, I mean, realistically, it was either that or we just we got caught with the whistleblowers.
Yeah, well. All right, y'all head outside of the walls and start to make the rounds outside the wall towards where you suspect Ugla will find you. I need one survival roll from Ugla and one from one person in the trio.
Y'all want me to do it?
Sure.
Or all right.
Okay. All right. It takes longer than suspected. Largely because, Ugla, you think your first estimate of your location probably wasn't quite right. From there, you know that you should have only had to head south, like an hour and a half, and they'd be in the same area. You head south 90 minutes, you take a good look around, you call out for your party, nothing. You spook some birds, some like nearby, like bugs and animals and stuff, but no party. But eventually, maybe another half hour later, you guys kind of circle about the meeting area and eventually spot each other. It is late afternoon, maybe 4 or 5 p.m. Pushing towards dark, but you've got a couple of hours of the sunlight filtering through the canopy left. So you meet up 2 hours later.
Question: on our way out, did we hear any of the whistles or anything?
No, that would have been too far away from you.
Okay.
All right, finally.
Angela. Thank you.
How are you guys? Did you get through customs okay?
Well, there's a bit of a caveat of sorts. You are now a wanted man.
For what?
For
Not declaring that you were nobility.
I did, though. And they arrested me.
Yeah. Well, when we were leaving, they said that they didn't have any record of having you arrested. And I wasn't aware of that.
The keepers of the fire must have smoothed things over. That's cool.
And so I made up some bullshit to try and get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, the whole reason I avoided it was because I didn't know that. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
I cleared the wall pretty easily. Some butthead saw me though, and I ran for a long time and got out.
So, do you think they got a good look at you?
No, I'm just Strig. I don't really have any, fancy, exciting clothes on or anything.
Okay. Well, if anybody asks from now on, if we decide to go back, you're Striggy, right?
No, we already used that name. We gotta use a different name every time.
Oh no.
Yes, you will be.
I'll be Marlboro next time.
Marlboro.
Yeah.
Perfect. What a name. So
and then Keystone after that.
Right. Okay.
But I'm sorry that I got us in deeper trouble. I just figured it'd be better for us to get out of there than it'd be to.
Hey, when you get
sit there and
faced with getting arrested and you're trying to get your way out of trouble, you do what you can do. I'm just glad y'all got through.
Okay. Guys.
Yeah. I'll say that I make a little offhand comment. At least I didn't get us poisoned.
Yes, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, nobody's poisoned yet. That's good.
Yet.
Yet.
I mean, there's poisonous plants in this forest. Gotta be careful for that.
Okay. You guys begin your trek northward towards that the northeast edge of the glade. You can find that small but well-marked path. We will stop there tonight. Pick up on the side quest mission on Thursday.
Excellent. I'm ready to slay some wild boars.
Make a little money.
Yes.
You better get that poison.
Fancy gloves and pokey things.
Oh yeah.
And a skateboard.
Skateboard shield.
Ugla still isn't sure if he cares about that or not.
Wheels. Wheels on shields.
That was more about his entertainment.
Obviously the most valuable thing you guys found today. What? God.
A skateboard shield, indeed.
Skateboard shield.
He could have used it. Would have been pretty handy getting away.
See? It didn't have all-terrain tires, unfortunately.
True.
All right.
He'll just
I
have to
will say,
murder some
though,
people and
that
pick
I-
up Fine Steed.
I'm gonna be super upset at this cape because listening to it, I was like, wait a minute. Black could be really good for stealth, but the noise that it makes is the opposite of that. So as long as I don't go,
This is very
whoosh,
flashy.
It's a high-fashion cape. It's not meant for stealth.
Yeah.
it's
It's
black.
not a
It's
Batman
raven.
cape.
It's magical and it's black.
It's meant for a debut,
Yes.
not hiding.
It's meant to be seen with.
It's the opposite of stealthy on purpose.
Yep.
The Dark
Pretty
Phoenix.
Yes. Well, all right. Those of you out there on the internet, we appreciate you watching. Come back, brother, for us to see the other things doing side quest on Thursday. Thursday. It's gonna be big.
It's going to be skateboard stuff, guys.
Skateboard stuff. We're gonna be doing ollies and other skateboard words.
Indie
It's
fake.
gonna be tubular.
Tubular. That's a surfboard word. Doesn't count.
You might see an indie fakey
It was a dad
stop.
joke.
Grind.
420.
We're gonna grind it.
Nice.
You're going to be grinding everywhere Thursday.
right.
You should tune in.
Oh yeah. Good night,
Nose
everyone.
on our noses.
You don't need a killer.